speaking of Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. Brad, did you know you have something in common with the name Rebecca Andrade?
No, I can't even venture to guess what that might be.
She just placed silver in the women's all-around gymnastics behind Simone Biles.
Wow. Set up for that one. It still stings a little.
That is why I have my American flag visor on. 3 medalists, Suni Lee and Simone Biles first, a gold and a bronze for Suni Lee.
What country was that?
Brazil.
Brazil. I'll take a Brazil Chica as someone that I'm similar to.
Why you say it like that?
Because that's what it's Chicas. I know they speak Portuguese. Not
that's okay.
It's a bad look.
You're American.
You're an American. Yep.
Yes,
they speak Spanish down there.
You're not going to Sao Paulo, are you, for the Brazil?
Alas, I am not.
But you know that is a question on are you smarter than Ben Brust?
Yeah. I've asked that question before.
You have.
Should know the answer at this point.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. We are efforting to get the video up on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, because we're going to want you to see something that Alex Strofe has going on and something that has made Kyle Wallace very, very, very upset. And, can you mute your computer?
That was me.
One of you. We're good to go?
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Is that how big of a faux pas is that of having like something like your phone go off or your laptop?
It's not that big. It happens to everyone. You think after COVID with all the video calls and all the muting, I still can't get over how many people join a call unmuted.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Like they join and they're unmuted and they just have the conversation going in the background. It's like, how do you not know just to mute yourself?
Yeah, virtual etiquette should be figured out by now. I mean, there's no excuse after 2020.
So we are live on video now, and I'm excited for this because Alex Strofe, you are the producer of the show, and you have gotten past I am aligned with Ben Brust on the show. I'm the producer. I do Mr. Irrelevant. I host that. My name's Alex Strofe. I'm great. And you had something shipped to you from the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, nice notification from FedEx this morning, fellas. Kyle, you're going to want to see this as the true Packer backer on the show. Nice little winter warning sticker presented by your friends at American Family Insurance. I got a package that said, warning, do not open until 8 a.m. Central on August 1st. Thankfully, that's today. It came with a nice...
Right now, unboxing on video is Alex Strofe from that FedEx shipment.
I got a nice letter that said, hey, Alex, we're introducing the Winter Warning Alternate Helmet. Thanks to you for sharing the excitement of our new Alternate Helmet. A whiteout is coming. Make sure you are ready, from the Packers Pro Shop. So I opened this puppy up, and first thing I pull out, the all-new white helmet for the Green Bay Packers. They'll be wearing on October 20th.
Oh, my God.
Video. You see it?
Look at that helmet.
What does you a lie mean? It's not a lie.
No,
it's the truth.
It's a saying. It's me. I know you lie. I know he ain't the one who got this. Keep going.
I also got a nice can koozie that I'm going to be bringing out to Dave & Buster's for a fantasy draft tonight with the all-white helmet on it. Can keep my
cardboard in front of me. I'll be
cold.
knocking this out your hand right now.
And then I also got a T-shirt, a 47 T-shirt that's all white. And it says
shirt?
Packers on it. Nice I'm going to be wearing
hey, that stuff's pretty clean.
Hey, Strofe, I hate to break this to you, buddy, but little birdie told me that somebody knows that your girlfriend is already going to steal that shirt because, quote, he does not do good in white.
That might be accurate. However, I'm also wearing my all-white hat, white and green hat that I got from the Green Bay Packers Pro Shop.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. The swag is really, really nice looking.
This is a bunch of malarkey.
Well,
it's
why
very
is it a
clean.
How did he get? I didn't get nothing at my house. Why they got his address?
I'm the real Packer
Why
backer
would
of
you
this show.
think? Why would you think that you would get anything from the Green Bay Packers?
Because the Packers love me and I love the Green Bay Packers. This is ridiculous. How did Strofe get on a list?
Are you that airheaded?
Well, how did he get on the list?
You defamed the name of the face of the franchise.
No,
I
said love to Jordan Love. That's all I did all last season. I said love to Jordan Love, and all of a sudden on the day where the whiteout came out, and when we talked about this last week, I said, oh, this is real. This is going to happen. And then you sent the video yesterday, I believe, and I got all excited about it. Somebody sent me a video.
Yeah,
I got all excited about it.
You called Jordan Love selfish. If I was the Packers.
It doesn't matter. I love
Scratch your
Jordan
name
Love.
right off the list.
You are done.
No,
and it is not because of me. It is because of you. Do not put this, I do a show with Ben. Ben's bad. You had former Packers families, and I'm sure the Packer locker room talking about, what's wrong with this Kyle Wallace? He doesn't know what the hell's going on with the Green Bay Packers.
I want to know, Stroke, how did you get this? I'm legitimately upset right now because I clearly am the biggest Packer fan at ESPN Wisconsin. And the fact that Stroke, who Ben and Brad, y'all both have done shows with him and know that he is up and down with his Packer fandom, and he's doom and gloom with his Packer fandom. I always got my green and gold goggles on. How did this inconsistent behind fan, almost cuss, get this dang shirt, get that dang hat, get the helmet? How did this happen?
Well, Kyle, first off,
I'm
I'm never up and down with my fandom. I'm just up and down with, when they're 2 and 5. I hold people accountable. That's what I'm good at. And
you picked them to lose to the Bears at the end of the year. Don't play with me. Or the Vikings.
They did it a year prior when they lost to the Lions in Week 18 with a playoff spot on the line.
And the Green Bay Packers gave them stuff. You hear that negativity up there?
I have no negativity. I watched them beat the Cowboys. I watched them when they should have beat the 49ers. I watched Jordan Love become a superstar.
It's a fan off.
It's no fan off. Take a look at the outfit I got on right now. I got my new Packers shirt on.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm drinking a water right now, but I guess I could put my koozie to use on that, couldn't I? Yeah, baby.
You should go all in.
Go.
Put the helmet on the stream as well. Like, you got to go all in.
I'm telling you, too, I think the green and white looks better than the green and gold.
Oh, wow.
That is real sharp looking. That's real clean.
800-990-3776. Brad thinks the whiteout jersey looks better than the green and gold?
Well, yeah, I do. I think the color scheme of the green and white looks so clean, so good. I'm always a traditionalist.
What about it? Now, the only thing I would argue is I think there should be a tint of gold.
Well, yeah,
somewhere.
there's trim, there's gold trim in the uniform,
but not on the helmet. I think an outline of gold could have helped somewhere on the helmet.
Interesting.
Make
it pop
together.
a little bit more.
Yeah, like not full color rush, as they say, like making the jersey pop with too much color. I like the white. I like the green. I've heard some comments that it looks a little too close to the Jets. And that's where I would like the gold part of the Green Bay Packers whiteout jersey to be a part of it.
Good point. I don't want it to look like the Jets. Good point.
Them jerseys are dope. And what I love about the fact that the Green Bay Packers did, even though they didn't give me anything, but the fact that the Green Bay Packers are trying something different. The alternate jersey, having a different helmet, that means a lot because it's not that old school, nasty, yellow-looking helmet or brown helmet or whatever color you want to call it. It was a real switch-up and a real change-up. A traditional organization like the Green Bay Packers actually doing something like this, it really shows me it is a new day in Lambeau with the Packers being willing to have an alternate helmet and a different type of jersey for this season. A new day with Jordan Love, and I am absolutely ecstatic about it.
Well, what's interesting is a lot of the franchises that are not steeped in tradition, they'll go with some sort of like flashy alternate, right? And the ones that are will usually point the clock backward and do something that's a throwback. For instance, the Patriots did their the Patriot Pat guy snapping the football.
Yeah.
That's like a backward-looking throwback. I was expecting the Packers to do more of a throwback. I love the fact that they stepped into a flashy, cool, clean alternative because that's not what the traditional franchise.
Are you going to buy some gear, Kyle, as a shareholder?
Use your own money.
Use your shareholder discount at the Packers Pro Shop to get some whiteouts.
Now, if you really want to support the franchise, you would take your own money and put it into the Pro Shop at Green Bay.
What are you reaching
for?
Your wallet? There ain't going to be anything in there.
That's not the way I operate. I've already invested in my boy. I already invested. Not like Strofe, who got his from China. I got mine made in America, baby. This was made in America. Authentic Jordan Love jersey. That's exactly
you're
what
holding
this
a
is.
Jordan Love jersey, and as the man who called Jordan Love selfish, if you went up to Jordan Love and he knew you were the person that made that comment, how do you think he would respond to you?
He said, "What up, brother? It's all good. It's all love."
That's not what he would do.
Yeah, exactly what he would do.
I'm acting like Jordan Love right now. You just grabbed my arm. Get off me, man.
Me and Jordan Love be super
I got
cool.
paid. You broke as a bum.
I am very broke. He wouldn't treat me like Matt LaFleur treated you. He wouldn't remember who I was.
You think you know who you are?
100% transparency. I would not be surprised if he heard about what happened last week. Only because Christian Watson's dad retweeted it, and Christian Watson's dad is probably like the old head to a lot of these young players.
Team dad.
Yeah, no, he feels like that.
Has him over for dinners and is like, can you believe what this dreadhead guy
Like the Danny Tanner of the Full House, he's kind of the father figure.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if Christian Watson knew about it and then just talked to Jordan Love about it. So, I mean, but that's still my boy. That's my guy. I love Jordan Love.
I love Jordan Love. No, you don't. 800-990-3776. Jason and Madison. Ben's bodyguard chimes in. Your boy Jason, I'm loving this whiteout look. Super clean.
Yeah,
Kyle, you need to step up your fandom, my guy. Good luck with that. Love you, Benny Buckets.
This is garbage.
Do you feel an indictment on your fanhood? You should. I feel like you should look in the mirror and really question if you are a Packer backer.
At this point, I'm trying to understand how, right? Anytime something happens like this, I'm trying to figure out how did Strouf get on the list. I know Strouf.
Did you know
he
that?
has some media
I have some extra news for you. Alex Strouf wasn't the only personality at ESPN Wisconsin to receive the FedEx package.
They sent something to Tausch?
They sent something to Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton. He got the whiteout gear.
Are we for real about this?
Wait a minute. You have two former Packers in Tausch and Chewy. They didn't get anything.
Brian Balaga's a part of the station.
True, you got Strouf and Matt Hamilton.
How did Matt get on this dang list? Matt don't even show for a show half the dang time.
So the truth is, fellas, I'll pull you behind the curtain.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Because specifically 2 of you were referenced when I got a text message from somebody I've never met a couple weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Stop
yes,
playing.
I did. I could read it to you verbatim, but I'm just going to tell you what I remember from memory. It was something along the lines of, "Hey, Alex, we know you are a huge Packers fan, and we love how much you talk about the Packers on Mr. Irrelevant. Some of the people that host on ESPN Wisconsin aren't the most positive, so we want to reward you for being such a great fan. And if you could also get us Matt Hamilton's information, that'd be great."
You a lie.
No, that's not true.
You lying.
Yeah, that is
you lying. You a lie.
I know what
damn lie. That's what he is. I know you lying about that one. Hello.
What do I gain by lying, Kyle?
You a lie. You playing with me.
There's no chance that's
I'm
real.
trying to get the text up. Hold on.
Who's it from?
I promise you.
He's not gonna leak because if he outs his contact, Kyle's gonna be in his inbox every single day. I love Jordan.
It's someone from within the building. Maybe
nobody within our building. No, within 1265 Lombardi Avenue. Yes.
Listen. If they asked you for your contact information, and they asked for Matt Hamilton, and you didn't say, "Hey, I have a guy on KBN named Kyle Wallace, we call him the Packer backer."
They would have said,
"No, let me finish." You mean to tell me you didn't put my name out there, Strouf? All this support and love I don't do towards you, you didn't think about me?
Yo, Mr. Alex Strouf, first off, appreciate you and everything you do. You may not know this, but I work for the Packers. I've been gathering a list of some media for a PR package we have coming up, and obviously I'm going to include the local guy who's so positive about the Packers. On behalf of the org, do you have a good address for yourself and Matt Hamilton?
I'm disgusted.
I'm
disgusted. Thank you, Ben. I'm disgusted.
I'm shedding light to the inside of the organization.
This is his fault. You're on the list now. They ain't never going to call you to fill in as a punter.
I'm absolutely okay with that.
Brad played the NFL.
I have
he
no
doesn't
problem.
need to be in love with everyone inside the building at 1265. What I will say is, though, Strouf, I know that was a private conversation, but that is a look into the state of Wisconsin and how the organization rolls. If you spew the propaganda that 1265 wants, they will give
hold
you
on, Ben.
everything.
I thought I was too negative according to the Packer backer shareholder. I'm too negative, so maybe I'm not.
I didn't say you were, Strouf. You are too negative. You are a real fan that shows emotion, go up and down, but you never let your emotion get the best of you and say something stupid about Jordan Love.
No, Strouf, you know what it is when you do a group project and there's one person that drags the group down. Ben's dragged us down. He's dragged us down. He has dragged my image and Brad Nortman's image down. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. I would have been on the list. I would have been. They don't even know you produced the dang show. They said Mr. Irrelevant.
Kyle, you have called Jordan Love selfish, and I'm not hammering that home, but you said it takes selfish to know selfish. And you know what we just learned right now? Our producer doesn't care about Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. He only cares about Alex Strouf.
That's true.
If he really was aligned with the show, he would have texted back, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate the offer, but we're a team, and you either send it to all 4 of us or I don't want it."
Ben, you would have never done that.
Yeah, would have.
You would have literally never done that.
But why am I the person that you're gauging your
because you're the one that just said it.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the idea.
If Kyle
I'm not
said it,
saying I would have done it. I'm
that.
just saying that was a suggestion for a producer trying to make his way
for one
at
of
ESPN
the most
Wisconsin.
selfish people I have ever met in Ben Brust. This is crazy that you are projecting selfishness onto somebody else.
That's as a selfish person, I know unselfish things because I don't do them very often. So I'm just giving you advice on how you could have helped the entire show. But you went the Ben Brust route. So I know the Ben Brust route when I see the Ben Brust route.
I stayed quiet when you said that, Ben, because I understand thyself. And had somebody text me about that, I wouldn't have thought about y'all behind these. I would have sent my address and would have been smiling and telling everybody I know. They just asked me for some stuff.
Well, you ain't ever getting anything, just for the record. 800-990-3776. If you were the Green Bay Packers, would you ban Kyle from going into Lambeau Field? Because that's what I would do after his comments about Jordan Love. But we have some more comments from other Green Bay Packers. Jaire Alexander joined the NFL Network. We'll get to Jaire and his swag that he's showing as he continues to always bring the heat when the microphone's around or the microphone that is near the coin toss. 800-990-3776, live from Dave & Buster's. What we do know is we did sign people up to come today, and that when I say today, I mean tonight, to our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft. And if you can make it, we had about 8 people that signed up that could not end up coming. So if you want to come, the first 8 people that call that can make it tonight to Dave & Buster's for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft, you will be in. You will be in by calling 800-990-3776. You'll likely be a bigger Packer fan than Kyle Wallace because you've never said anything bad about Jordan Love. First 8 to call can come to Tosa for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft tonight. 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Dave & Buster's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's State Fair season. The Wisconsin State Fair happens from August 1st through the 11th. Make your plans to get out there now. Check out the always intriguing food selections like alligator tacos, bug juice, a cricket cookie sandwich, deep fried lemonade, hot ham and glazers, and too many more to be able to list. Plus the Expo Center, the animals, the music headliners. You know there's so much to do, and there's nothing like the Wisconsin State Fair. Get your Wisconsin State Fair tickets today and check out their deals and event schedule at wistatefair.com.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between August 1st and 11th. Member FDIC.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injuries happen, but you don't have to play in pain or stay on the sidelines. Whether it's your kids dealing with a sports injury, college athletes, or the rest of us weekend warriors, the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin will quickly diagnose your problem, lay out a treatment plan that works for you, and get you back in the game. They fixed my knee. My mother-in-law is back on the dance floor with a new hip. These are the experts you can trust. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we will professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries.
Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Christopher's Shoot Against Childhood Cancer took place on Friday, July 12th at the Waukesha Gun Club. This amazing day raised over $275,000 for childhood cancer research. Sponsors of Christopher's Shoot at the Waukesha Gun Club included Super Excavators, Land & Stone Products, DF Tomasini, Wizota Sand and Gravel, the Hanson Family, Ackerman Inc., County Materials, and Fabic Cat. Thank you to these local businesses for their generosity and hundreds of people who donated to Christopher's Shoot Against Childhood Cancer.
I'm Ben Jewick with Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors. The crew is winning ball games here in Milwaukee and around the country. Our team stands ready to help your organization win across North America. Powered by Coakley Connect, our revolutionary facilities management platform, the Coakley crew supports clients across the country manage their real estate portfolio, offering facility-focused products and services, interior design, construction, new furniture, installation, and move management. We'll help you create and manage interior environments that drive your teams forward. Visit CoakleyBrothers.com and hit a home run.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adamm.com.
Congratulations to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman producer Alex Strofe. A 12th place finish in his Bags League. Woohoo!
We're here. I'm waiting for a liner of Alex Strofe. I thought you were going to play it right now. Oh, we didn't hear it. Can you play it again somehow?
Ben, I want to take a peek behind the curtain. I asked you if you heard the liner that just played. You said, yeah, I wrote it.
No, when you were talking to us, we can't hear what's going on.
I wasn't talking to you when it played. Brad, did you hear it?
No.
I heard it. Congratulations to Alex Strofe on his 12th place finish.
Oh, I did hear that. I did hear that.
Congratulations to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman producer Alex Strofe. A 12th place finish in his Bags League. Woohoo!
Congratulations to Alex Strofe. We don't know if he still is in a relationship. He put it on the line yesterday in the 11th place, second to last place game of Bags.
He's homeless. Unhoused.
Did he end up in the Nortman estate in Oconomowoc?
Hey, no reaching out, no cry for help. So for all I know, at least they were compatible losers. Is that true, Alex?
Yeah, it's true. I'm a little bit upset though, fellas.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. A little speaker malfunction. I just pulled the plug on that one ASAP. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here at Dave & Buster's live in Tosa. There are still spots for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft. Strofe will sign you up if you call, as we had some unconfirmed winners. So if you want to be involved at Tosa tonight in our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft, if you're available, come on down for our football draft.
Oh,
now,
I'm so excited for that tonight.
Kyle, you're going to have to lead the charge because you probably have looked at more fantasy than all of us.
I have not.
All right, well, then let's hear from Jaire Alexander because he was on the NFL Network and he was talking the Jaire swag. Jaire Alexander on the NFL Network.
Who's one of the guys we need to really keep an eye on this year that's going to emerge for that receiver group? You got someone in mind, I can tell.
You know I do. I mean, I got a couple of them. I know. I mean, like I said before, Romeo Doubs approaches the game like a pro. Yeah. You know, you can see it in his third year. I mean, he goes about it the right way. I mean, that dude's probably going to get double and triple teamed all year. The next to step up is Jaden Reed. Man, young kid is electric, man. He can go. He can fly down the field. I mean, and then you got a whole lineup, but right now, like I said, Romeo Doubs is slowly becoming one of my favorite receivers in the league.
Romeo Doubs is becoming one of his favorite receivers in the league. Is that because he's cooking you in training camp, Jaire?
Well, I don't know so much of him getting cooked. He said it was 50-50, but Romeo Doubs, not only is Jaire spreading that love on Romeo Doubs, but Matt LaFleur is also putting that love on Romeo Doubs and saying he's looking like a great receiver so far. And we shouldn't be surprised about this. We already knew in the last 2 seasons, his rookie year and his second year, Romeo Doubs seemed like a dependable
he was the most
wide
consistent and the most reliable
wide receiver. But then what we saw, what did we see in that division, the wild card playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys? What did we see for Romeo Doubs?
Killed it.
He killed it. He raised his level of play to a whole nother level. And something that you both know about being athletes at high levels. We could talk stuff about Ben about not going to the NBA, but he played in big games, and Brad punted in the NFL, played in Rose Bowls, and played in Super Bowls. Players, when they get a taste of success of knowing they can cook people, you get that confidence in saying, oh, I'm good. Wait till next year. I'm sure you had it after your rookie year or after a game where you punted, and I'm sure you got it your sophomore or junior year when you were playing basketball. Once you get a taste of success and knowing how good you can be, it is the sky is the limit for these guys. And I feel like Romeo Doubs realized in that Cowboys game, dog, I'm a dog. I'm a player.
Well, the funny thing about Doubs is there's nothing that you can point to that's as obvious as a skill set as the other guys, right? Because Wicks is super slippery, runs really good routes. Jaden Reed, electric, like Jaire just said, versatile, quick, elusive. And then the top-end speed for Watson is the downfield. What can you point to for Romeo Doubs to say, like, oh, he's elite at this, or this jumps off the page? Nothing really jumps off at it, but that can be sneaky. That when I think of countless receivers like Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, there are just guys that are just really solid, well-rounded, consistent receivers, and those are the guys that you said are dependable, consistent, and that's the kind of guy you need when you're a quarterback, when you're looking for, okay, I'm in a jam, who can I go to? Who will attack the ball? Who will run good routes? Who will I know will always bring his A game? Even if that A game isn't quite as high as what Christian Watson's ceiling is, at least you get a guy that always brings a high floor, and that's super important in an offense like Matt LaFleur's.
Yeah, I mean, like the conversation will continue to evolve on the wide receiver position, right? Like it's been a Romeo Doubs day, it's been a Dontavian Wicks day, and it's more than likely that we're going to have a Christian Watson day and then a Jaden Reed day. Like all these wide receivers have the opportunity to show a lot in the upcoming season and in training camp, but what I'm not going to lie, I kind of love everything about Jaire Alexander right now.
Oh, you should.
I'm trying to put the past behind me, and I'm trying to put my mind in the, all right, we know how disgruntled he was as a star cornerback playing in the Joe Barry system. He wanted to play man. It never was a part of their scheme, so it just, he never really was put in the system to be successful. Now, if they're going to match up a little bit more press, if they're going to play a little bit more aggressive, that has opportunity for him to shine. We saw what he can do. He made plays in the division or the wild card game against the Cowboys that turned that game upside down very early, and the Cowboys were just on the sideline in the first quarter. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott acted like they were in a divorce meeting, trying to figure out like what the heck's going on with their lives.
Yeah.
And so I love the way he spoke with confidence there about his own guys, right? Because if he is as good as we think he can be, and he's giving this praise to the players on his own team, I put a little bit of stock in that. Not everything, but I still think it's great to hear from Jaire, who's going to be your best corner. He has to be your best corner, and he's talking about the progressions of a first, second to third year in Romeo Doubs. That's what the Packers always do well. That third or fourth year is when these guys typically in the franchise, I won't necessarily say the system because they haven't really gone after young guys until recent for Matt LaFleur. In the Packers franchise history, this is when it starts to click.
But isn't that the concern with Jaire, though? He's a great cornerback when he wants to be. There's too many times when he's mentally not focused, physically not available, and with what the kind of money you're paying, he needs to be the same guy every practice, every game, locked in and bringing the same level of intensity. He can be legitimately the best corner in the league. We saw it against Dallas. We saw it against Justin Jefferson a couple of years ago. When he wants to lock you down, dude will lock you down. But there's times where he's just not engaged. When you are the guy on a defense and you're paid that much money, you gotta show up every single time. Now, it's encouraging, as you said, Ben, under this defense. He seems encouraged. He seemed engaged. But if I was his teammate, I'd say, Jaire. Well, I wouldn't say this to him, but I would be thinking, Jaire.
No, say what you would wish you could say.
I wish I'd probably say, hey, Jaire, what's up, my man? How we doing? You do the best. But I'd in my head be saying, dude, we need you every play. We need you every play in every game, or else we're going to suffer.
I think what we need to understand is that the Green Bay Packers understood when they re-signed Jaire Alexander exactly who they were going to get. If they thought they were going to get some buttoned-up guy that's going to be consistent, shut his mouth, and put his nose down and work, they'd be silly. They understood exactly what they were going to get. They were going to get a roller coaster in Jaire and understand that him being the emotional roller coaster that he is what makes him one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL. So they know that it's not going to be roses all 18 weeks of the football season. They know there's going to be ebbs and flows. It's about being able to control him when it comes to his emotions, And so I think the Green Bay Packers understand that, and I don't need Jaire to be somebody that he's not. All I need for Jaire is Jaire to go on the field and play hard every single game and try to be as locked in as possible. We're not going to get a locked-in Jaire if things go wrong all the time. I understand that. Though? But no, it is who he is, man. That's what it happens. When you have great players and guys who have these eccentric personalities, they're not always going to be locked in. Think about Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was, he could go off the rails sometimes, but when you honed it in.
Dennis had earned that with already having championships won with the Bulls.
Jaire has also earned it.
And you had Michael that could take him by the collar.
And he was with Detroit and all that. But Jaire
you can't be a leader and do the Dennis Rodman stuff.
I don't think we should look at Jaire as being the pure leader of the team. We should look at him as being a talented guy who can have a voice. But when I look at that defense, I'm thinking about a Kenny Clark who needs to be a vocal leader. Or Preston Smith, they need to be a vocal leader. Or Rashawn Gary, who's maybe emerging as that. A Xavier McKinney. Jaire Alexander is too immature to be that vocal leader. But when he's playing well and he's pointing at other guys and he's having fun on the football field, that's when we should embrace Jaire. When Jaire's being happy off the field right now, that's when we should embrace Jaire. But let's not have Jaire be something that he's not.
800-990-3776. A lot of reaction to Alex Strofe receiving a package from the Green Bay Packers. He got the whiteout gear, a shirt, a hat, a koozie, and a mini helmet. Kyle's upset. And, the fans are speaking. Mike says, ban Kyle, let Ben back in. Congrats, Ben. You are no longer on LaFleur's blank list. Well, I think we both are.
Don't put me in that. Don't put me in that.
Don't act like Matt didn't see what you said.
No, me and Matt is still cool. I ain't got no beef with Matt LaFleur. I ain't got no Matty Mouse voice. I ain't got no
John chimes in. Hooking someone up with swag would be something that one friend would do for another. I believe Kyle has clearly stated that he is not friends with any of you. Why would you think he would hook you guys up when you're not friends?
I mean, but professionally, this is a professional thing. He didn't get this package because he's friends with somebody from Lambeau or because he's a good fan. He got this on a professional tip. And as a professional, we get these boxes from the Milwaukee Brewers all the time. Nobody.
I read you the text message.
Pass it around.
Both of the things you just said I didn't get it for is the reason I got it.
Yeah, sit there in silence because you don't have a response.
Hello?
I like this.
Hello?
I like this from Tim. Doubs is steady. That is his description. I like that.
I like
Steady
that too.
Eddie, Romeo Doubs. 800-990-3776. Keep the conversation flowing on the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. You can also get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. We're live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa. Strofe, do we still have a couple spots if there's some new audience that wants to come join us?
We sure do.
All right, we had a couple back out for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft happening tonight. If you call Alex Strofe right now and you are available to be here tonight for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft, 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. Kyle, tell us the protection that you have with American Family Insurance.
Yeah, absolutely. I love my protection with American Family Insurance. And today, as I hope if you have not, we talked about it earlier with this brand new jersey that the Green Bay Packers, the whiteout, white winter white, winter warning, anything I want to say. What the Green Bay Packers are coming with those jerseys. And when they had the video release, what did I see? I saw American Family Insurance. And that is just a great reminder that they are truly local here with American Family Insurance. So life's better with a home and auto policy from American Family Insurance. That's because they protect your dreams. They always protect your dreams. Whether or not you're driving on a vacation or whether or not you're having people at your house, if you have a hailstorm at your house, you don't have to be concerned because you know American Family Insurance has your back. So insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Go to amfam.com to find how you can get a bundle with their home and auto policy or to find an agent today. amfam.com.
Becoming relevant with Alex Strofe, our Packer backer who received some nice new gear from the Packers. Hopefully they're listening to the next segment. It's Strofe's time to shine next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let's go. Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You gotta be better.
But I'm giving it my all.
I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
For love of the game.
There's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Buck stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here to tell you about one of the best purchases I recently made, an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. It's an easy-to-install sauna that is great for a post-workout, travel, or long-day detoxification, and it has a rapid heat-up time. Using Good Health Saunas can also help reduce stress, improve circulation, and make your skin glow. Got an athlete in your family or just someone with an active lifestyle? Infrared saunas are perfect for muscle and tissue recovery as well. Learn more today at goodhealthsaunas.com, goodhealthsaunas.com.
Everybody knows, if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25,000 in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at pacebig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Grab a Coke and grab some cash with a Coca-Cola Summer Cash Grab, only from Quick Trip. Play daily in your Quick Rewards app for a chance to win up to $250,000. Earn extra chances to enter by purchasing any qualified Coke, Monster Energy, Powerade, Body Armor, Smart Water, or Core Power Elite products with Quick Rewards. Summer just got a whole lot cooler with Quick Trip and Coca-Cola. No purchase necessary. See QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Does Kyle, Brust, and Nortman producer Alex Strofe have a future on ESPN 8, the Ocho? We'd bet against it. Congrats on your 12th place Bags League finish, Strophe.
But then you gotta put your back into it. You gotta put your back into it.
What a wonderful congratulations to our guy, Alex Strofe. The only chance he has to win a WBA play-by-play award may be Ben Brust shooting at the Summer League Alumni Charity Challenge. Ben Brust beating Kyle in a penalty shootout at the MFC Sports Complex.
He steps up, ball off the foot. It is in. Ben Brust.
Send it, Strofe. Send it in. Send it in, buddy. You're winning.
Unbelievable. You think that qualifies?
Why not? It's play-by-play.
You're right. I will send it in. We'll see what happens.
800-990-3776. I like this from JJ and Poynette. Consider me a member of the Doubs mob. Patent pending.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Doubs mob.
I like that.
I like that.
I mean, for real, though, Romeo Doubs is
It's
a
not
heck
time
of a
for you to
receiver.
talk. It's becoming relevant time. I just want to read text.
A Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Well, we know how I did in Bags League, so I guess we could skip that portion of the program, huh?
Yeah. Well, congratulations on last place.
What happened?
No, I don't want to hear. He lost. No one wants to hear the loser's rendition. He can tell it at the bar later.
Yeah, it was tough. We lost game 1. I single-handedly won game 2. Scored all 21. I scored all 21 points.
Cool. Oh wow.
And then
you didn't have to put her out there like that.
Yeah, why you got to be your girl like that?
And then we lost 21-11 in the last one. So.
Oh, that's an embarrassing.
What happened? Why did you will you guys to victory?
I had they call it in the biz, Kyle, 3-baggers. That's when you make 3 of the 4 bags in the hole. I was on fire for a minute there.
That a kid.
But you only had 11 points?
Yeah.
Will you re-up next year?
Well,
will you do this again for redemption, or are you retiring?
Open to a new partner?
Rumor has it they are doing a fall league, and I was actually going to inquire the mind of Ben Brust. You don't live far from where we play.
I'm a decent bags player.
You open to it?
I'm not open to it. It just depends on which day. So we'll talk offline. Let's get to a real becoming relevant.
Well, whatever day you say, he's going to say, "Oh, I got the baby.
The baby. Oh, I got pickup.
Gotta ask the fiance." Guys, there's this new trend floating around the internet of rather than listening to music or reading a book on airplanes, men have been listing as many athletes as they can with pencil and paper to pass the time on a flight. I recently read an article of a man that listed 652 random athletes over the course of a 4-hour flight. So my question to each of you is for yourself, over, under 652 and a half on a 4-hour flight.
Under, I'd give up. I would be mentally drained. Have you also seen the trend, Strofe, of people going on airplanes on they're trying to set records of flying as far as possible without doing anything? No water, no food, no bathroom breaks, just staring straight forward.
So you're just abusing your body at that point.
Yes.
I've heard that's called, the term is raw dogging it.
Oh, wow.
That's what it's called.
It is what it's called. I didn't know if we could say that. Do we need to dump that, Strofe?
No, that's what it's called.
I would dump it. Dump. 800-990-3776. You're listening to Becoming Relevant with Alex Strofe. What's next, Strofe?
The other two guys didn't answer the question.
I would be way under.
I would be under 2. I don't understand how people have that much time in their life where you mentally waste your time on a flight where you can relax of trying to name athletes. Who cares?
I would never even start. I mean, flight is the one time you can legitimately unplug from the world. And you can't be reached. You can use that time to just relax, to go on some sort of random athlete list. It's absurd to me.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Brad.
I answered under.
Yeah,
way
under.
Sorry,
I'd be 0.
I was on the phone. Sorry about that. I'm exhausted.
Are you good?
No, I'm still depressed about last night. The Packers Pro Shop cheered me up a little bit today.
Can I disrupt Becoming Relevant here?
Yeah, go for it.
Because you brought up that you are loved by the Green Bay Packers and they sent you something.
Yeah.
I actually love this idea from Jamie in Orlando and David, chiming in. Kyle, your emotions are going to get you in trouble one of these times, PR-wise, with sports teams. Own what you said, save face while we can. I think we need to run a Kyle Wallace, I'm sorry, Jordan Love campaign.
I'm not sorry. I didn't do anything.
Redeem your reputation.
I didn't do anything.
Do you want the whiteout gear or not?
We need to run the tape. Run all the tape from last year. All the positive things I said.
No, I don't know. There was some panic in October that set in.
That is true. That could be part of it as well. I am just telling y'all like it is. That's all it was. I wasn't being mean. I was just being real. And somehow being real got me on the
Fine, quadruple
no-mail
doubling
list.
down is not going to get you gear from the Green Bay Packers. I thought you were a Packer backer. I thought you were a shareholder. You have been stripped from saying all those things and from saying you love Jordan Love.
I am devastated right now.
Well, then change your tune.
My tune will change. Actually, it's already changed. Once practice started, I've been all high and mighty on the Green Bay Packers.
Joe in the Boonies says, I can name every World Series winner if someone names the year. I bet I can name 700 if there was some money on the line.
Yeah, I've got a
impressive.
hard over on this. I could name so many random NFL running backs from the last 20 years.
But why, though?
Yeah,
waiver wire and fantasy.
Proud of?
I mean, Brad, you played with how many guys in the NFL? You've got a head start.
That's true. It's incentive, though. I mean, if there's money on the line now, we're talking. But,
stop.
man, I don't know.
Dude, you're telling me you and the boys have never sat around and been like, okay, let's start naming random 2004 AFC wide receivers.
Never.
No,
really?
Never.
Is that just me?
Yes.
Yeah, me and my boys used to talk about the things that we like to do in the, try to get her. What she look like.
What? Kyle,
huh? The only thing
you are in a relationship.
He said
back
he was
in the
too.
day,
he
not
said he
now.
Was too.
Yeah.
The
old
only
habits die hard.
No, not at all. I got the one.
The only listing of athletes in debating is going through numerically, like 1 through 100, and being like, who's the best one of all time? Who's the best two of all time?
Yeah.
And going through and talking about it that way, but just to sit back and think of, like, okay, Keenan McCardell, and like that.
Look
just
at you go.
That's cool.
I mean,
see what I'm saying? That's fun. That's fun.
Is that fun?
If I brought up the name DeJuan Harris, the former Packers running back, when's the last time you thought of DeJuan Harris?
When you brought him up last week.
I didn't do this, guys. Mike in the 608. Forget Kyle the Packer backer. He's now Kyle Backtracker Wallace.
Oh my gosh! This is all.
This isn't my fault.
This is what you started. You started this. You started the narrative,
you
and I gotta
Jordan
wear
Love
it.
selfish. Did I say that?
No,
or
but
did you say that?
I said
you
that.
need to take some ownership.
I called them selfish.
Brad, you're going to be hanging out with us at the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft, and if I know you, when the green light is there, you will have something click.
That's right. It'll go like.
There you
That's
go. I don't
the
know why
sound.
I said click.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was either, but that is the sound of my carbless opening in my hand. That's right. 5:01 hits, we get off the air. I'm going to be here at Dave & Buster's just enjoying myself anywhere we go, whether it be you going up, hanging out on the lake, backyard patio, you got a bonfire, you got a Brewer game. Always an occasion for a carbless. Everywhere I go, I'm now seeing carbless, and everyone in my life has finally got on board with it. And once they try it, you just can't go back. It's 0 carbs, 0 sugars, gluten-free. That means that there's just less guilt when you're drinking it because I got an upper body lift in today. I'm not going to lie. I still want that summer body. I'm not trying to just enjoy myself and detonate all the hard work I do. Also having less carbonation leading to less bloat. So it's just a less guilty experience when you're drinking. Not only that, there is truly a flavor for everyone. Nothing says summer like the fruit flavors of cranberry, raspberry, and pineapple. But the classic cocktails, Moscow Mule, Paloma, Mojito, it's like the bartender is just making it right in front of you, and the margarita 4-pack. That's right. Just like that. The margarita 4-flavor 8-pack is unbelievable. That is summer in a can right there. If you have not discovered why Liss is More, find them at your local retailer. You won't regret it. Liss is More. Grab yourself a Carbliss tonight and this weekend, baby.
Time for somebody to win a $50 gift card. It's over-under coming up next. Caller 6, caller 9. If you're caller 6, you will get a chance to say over or under based off Alex Strove's category. We team up as Kyle, Brust, and Nortman get 10 guesses to get as many right answers as possible. We have to hit the over, boys. We have to. So 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Caller 6, caller 9 for your chance to win a $50 gift card. If you're caller 6, you get the opportunity to choose if you want to be with us or against us. 800-990-ESPN. Over under next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? He just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The Big Slide, barns and barns of animals, and all that food on a stick. State Fair is one of the biggest events of the summer, and we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any 1-case 30-pack cans of Miller High Life or any 1 12-pack Leinenkugel craft beer and receive 1 free State Fair ticket, all while supplies last. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly. And I know you don't want to miss the bacon-wrapped bacon. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Wisconsin State Fair ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Explosive red, white, and blue savings are going on now. Exclusively at the Kunis Auto Group's Freedom to Save sales event. From the Patriot Pros at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC. All marked down with July Freedom to Save discounts and savings. We're also offering incredible Freedom to Save discounts on our entire inventory of select pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 vehicles online and online. Check out dozens of July Freedom to Save service specials on everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus in July, with any newer pre-owned test drive, you'll get a free windshield auto shade to protect your car's interior from summer heat. All at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. It's the Kunis Auto Group's exclusive July Freedom to Save sales event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopkunis.com.
Hey, this is former Wisconsin basketball player Ben Brust, inviting you to the Wisconsin Alumni Association's Milwaukee Golf Outing. On August 3rd, UW alumni, friends, and family are teeing off at Kettle Hills Golf Course. I'll be out there along with plenty of other former Wisconsin athletes, so join me. Foursomes are $500 or sign up as an individual for $125. Each golfer plays with a cart, gets beverages, and post-round dinner. Find full details and register today at uwalumni.com. Again, that's uwalumni.com.
Enjoy amazing live music going on now during the Wisconsin State Fair at the Bud Pavilion. Wisconsin's best local cover bands will perform starting each day at 11 a.m. 33 live shows over 11 days. Make plans to take in live music during the State Fair inside the Bud Pavilion.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's 20 seconds till the last call. Going hey.
Live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa, you're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm with Kyle Backtracker Wallace, Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman, and I'm Ben Brust. Alex Strofe running the show, and it's time now to play one of our favorite games, Over or Under.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over or Under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Strofer, take it away.
Yes, sir. We start with our contestants today. Caller 6 was Mike in Franklin. Mike, he believes in you guys today. He is rooting for the over here in Over Under. Caller 9 was Steve. He is cheering for the under. Today's topic, fellas, I am searching for the NFL teams with the most regular season wins since 2020, since the turn of the decade, since 2020 NFL season. The 10 teams with the most regular season wins. The over-under is set at 7.5, and your time starts right now.
The 49ers' final answer.
That is correct. They are number 5 on this list.
The Packers' final.
That is also correct. They are number 3 on this list. 56 wins.
Buffalo
Bills final.
The Buffalo Bills are number 2 on this list with 58 wins.
How about
Chiefs
the Baltimore
final.
Chiefs, Ravens?
The Chiefs is the final answer?
Yes.
Obviously, that's right. They are number 1 with 63.
How about the Ravens?
Have the yeah.
I like Baltimore.
Ravens final.
You guys have the top 5 knocked out. Baltimore is number 4.
What about Cowboys? They've been pretty consistent.
That was the next one that came
Dallas
to my
does
head.
sound
Dallas
right.
final.
That is number 6. You guys are knocking these out in order.
The Vikings might be on this list because they've been really consistent. Last year was a down year, but before that, they
did win
that's on the
13
list.
games.
What about the Rams?
I had the Rams,
2
but
minutes.
they also blew it up.
That's true.
But since 2020, the Rams may be on that list.
Vikings, Rams. Let's just start putting aside some
Seattle
teams.
may be on that list.
Who's a consistent division winner?
Is it? The NFC South
is
stinks.
Yeah,
and the
they're
AFC
not
South
consistent.
is also trash as well with consistency. The Titans they had a run there, but then they kind of had some bad
the
years.
Titans might be a sneaky one. I'm just going to write them down. Giants, Snow,
Eagles.
You need 2 of
Eagles
the
should be
final
in there.
4. Need 2 of the final 4.
Let's put Eagles
I'm
down.
tempted to do Eagles.
Philadelphia. They won a Super Bowl during that time, didn't they? Or they went to
no,
one
it was
for sure.
before. No, the Eagles won it in like 17.
Oh wow, that's a long
They
time.
won
ago.
it. Oh yeah, that's true.
But they went to the Super Bowl.
Time flies.
Did they make the playoffs last year? They definitely made the playoffs.
They made the playoffs and they went to the Super Bowl.
What
the
about
year
before Hurts?
Oh,
They drafted.
3 years. What about the Bengals?
Yeah, the Bengals. They got Joe
1
Burrow.
minute.
Yeah, the Bengals. They should be good. They've been good.
Let's go with the Bengals final.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Eagles.
Eagles final.
Nope.
Really?
Got to get these last 2 to win.
All right. What about? We got some time here. Keep thinking.
The Dolphins. I don't feel like
Pittsburgh.
They've been
They always
consistent
win like 10 games.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers final.
Pittsburgh
30
is number
seconds.
7 on this list. Nice pull, Brad. 48
With how many?
wins.
With how many?
48
We got
wins.
8 to 10. We're trying to.
Vikings, Rams, Dolphins. I've written down. I don't really love any of them.
Tampa Bay with Brady.
I don't hate that.
See, I was thinking about that, but I wasn't sure. But they made the playoffs last year.
I don't hate
They made
that.
the playoffs twice with Brady.
10, 9,
Yeah, let's go with Tampa Bay.
Tampa
8,
Bay final.
7, 6.
Nice win.
Oh, let's go.
Good pull, Kyle.
10
that
on
was
this
red.
list is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The other teams you said, none of them were on it. Great pull by Brad.
I didn't like them. Good job, Kyle. Who were the other
That was
2
Brad.
that we missed? Twice. Good job, Brad.
That was Brad.
I don't know why I'm giving Kyle backtrack credit.
Shout out to Stephen Franklin, the winner. The other 2 you missed.
Right to the bell.
You called the
Seattle?
NFC South trash, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Well, we did Tampa, Atlanta,
2
Carolina.
teams?
Oh,
New
the
Orleans?
Saints final. Yeah.
The Saints are tied with 6. Yeah, 50 wins
Really?
for the New Orleans Saints.
Wow.
And the other team you left up, Kyle, you just said them.
Oh, Seattle.
Seattle, number 9 with 48.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
Saints and
Gino
Seattle.
did help even after Russ.
Yeah. Boy, those were not 2 teams that would come to mind.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Right to the wire.
That
That
was
was
a fun
going to
one.
go with the Rams.
That was a fun
That was a good one.
I'm not even mad you beat me.
Perfect
That was fun.
Good line, good team effort.
I wish
and
you
a
were that
winner
good at
that
Are You
believes in
Smarter
us.
than Ben Brust?
My heart was beaten. Right to the buzzer, boys.
I wish
All right,
the
so
Packers
here's
liked
the
you as much
deal.
as they like me, Kyle.
Me too. But
We are live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa, and a couple people dropped out last second. So if you can be at check-in at 6 o'clock and draft at 6:30 2 nights, or I guess 7 o'clock would be the draft, but really just anywhere from 6 to 7, if you can get to Dave & Buster's in Tosa, you can be a part of the ESPN Wisconsin fantasy draft tonight. So send a quick text to the wife after you call in, say you're going to be home late, 800-990-3776, or text your husband and say, you got the kids, I'm coming to Dave & Buster's in Tosa. 800-990-3776 for some open spots at the ESPN Wisconsin fantasy football draft here in Tosa at Dave & Buster's. Last time for you, 800-990-3776. Check in at 6. Be there. We'll draft at 7. We'll have some fun, and you'll be around all of the great content providers of ESPN Wisconsin. So we typically wouldn't do this, but we have a specialist that played in the NFL. His name is Brad Nortman. Anders Carlson sucked today. Greg Joseph good. What's going on in the kicker battle? Well, our specialist breaks it down for you. How worrisome should it be? Next.
Everybody knows if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25,000 in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at pacebig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Check out the newest Lady Jane's in Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Ask for Haley. I will make you look and feel great. Take advantage of our grand opening special. Haircuts are just $20. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We're live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust next to Packers public enemy number 1, Kyle Wallace. Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter.
I don't like that.
It's the truth.
No, it's not. That's last week's news.
It's not. Nah.
Do you have one of these? Look at these. Look at this.
Just because you have a jersey, I have a Jordan Love jersey.
I will always love.
A nice throwback rendition of Josh and Heartland's headlines on Wilde and Tausch. Josh and Heartland will be in attendance at the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you, KBN Nation. And Bradley, you were a 6-year specialist, a punter, but you held for kickers. You are very close with a current NFL kicker in Graham Gano. Reports around training camp is there was a separation between Anders Carlson and Greg Joseph. Anders with a really, really bad day. Greg Joseph, I believe, has only missed 3 kicks. Anders Carlson has missed 6. Oof. You were at an event where the talk was Anders is looking good. Anders not so looking good. What's your take, sir?
Well, the training camp battles between specialists, particularly kickers, it can be up and down now, which we're clearly experiencing now. I think everyone in the building, from what I can read in 1265, it wants Anders Carlson to win the job. The problem is he needs to do his part in order to do that, and he's facing a guy that's Greg Joseph. He's turning 30 in 3 days. I just looked it up. He's a 30-year-old man. That's old for the Green Bay Packers. That's old for the NFL.
Seasoned vet.
He's seasoned vet, and I was just looking at a bit of his history, and I'll tell you why this isn't important in a second. Dude's made game-winning kicks. He made a 54-yard game-winning field goal a couple years ago. He has been there, done that. He has seen that.
He was at his best with the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was. He was. As a specialist in the NFL, you need a moment to prove to yourself, as you were saying earlier, Kyle, you need a moment to prove to yourself that you are capable of being there, that you belong there. Now, if you don't do that early on, you start to really wonder if you can do that. I'm not going to lie, even with my own career, I'm drafted my first 2 months. There were tough months in the NFL. Like I will even looked at myself.
Like training camp?
Training camp plus regular season. I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough for this. I really don't. You turned it on second half of the season and had enough full games, full week stretches where you're like, I'm capable, I got this, I'm comfortable, and then, at least from my experience and most other specialists, you could hit the ground running second year, and you already look like a seasoned vet. If you haven't had those moments, if you haven't had that game, the stretch of games, or a big moment where you delivered, you're always going to be wondering, do I have what it takes? Am I able to do this? Am I capable of being an NFL kicker, NFL punter?
I like that you said that because, like, as I start thinking about the Packers season last year, was there a moment where you were like, oh, Anders has got this?
I don't think there was a moment. And even in his greatest moments, there was a black eye of sorts because he missed at least one PAT or field goal in like 10 straight games, right? So even his good games were marred by a negative event. There wasn't that stretch of 5 games where he hit a game winner. He went 3 for 3. Like, those are the ones that instill confidence and remove doubt. I still think he's struggling with doubt. I still think he's wondering if he's the guy, and that's why I think he's streaky. Earlier in camp, he was rolling. He's starting to feel himself. You start to have a couple of those moments that doubt creeps back in. All of a sudden, he's starting to spiral, whereas Greg Joseph, he's been there, done that. He's already proven he can do it, and he knows that he's capable, and he knows that he's able to do it. I would love to see Carlson turn it around. I think he has the highest ceiling. I think he has the most talent of the two, but it's something that he has to do and prove to himself. That's why I said even this year, like, I will give you a year as a specialist to figure it out, but going into this year, you have to have it, and he just has not had that moment to instill confidence in himself, and I would hate to have that moment be in real time when the Packers are trying to win games. Every game matters when you're fighting for top seeds in the playoffs.
As it stands right now in training camp, per Rob Domofsky, our great teammate across ESPN Wisconsin who joins our shows, one more kick each to end practice, and both are good from 58 to end the 2-minute drill. Greg Joseph on the offseason so far in training camp, 29 of 31.
That's good.
Anders Carlson, 25 of 31.
Okay. Not as good. We talked about
not as good. That's a 4-kick gap.
Yeah, that's a lot.
From a struggling kicker from last year.
From a guy that
like, to me, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, he's got to make everything from now until the season. Otherwise, this man's gone.
Yeah, I mean, in practice, he has no room for error, and even more importantly, the preseason games. He has no room for error.
What about family night in front of fans?
When you have the spotlight on you, be it family night or the games, we talked about how some, like a report card or like a syllabus, certain things are weighted more. The family night and games, those kicks will be weighted more. He's got to go 100% in preseason.
He may not.
Preseason games.
What we're finding out right now, and I know it's still early in training camp and there is still time, but what we're finding out is that he may not be built for this. And when I say built for this, he may not be built for this type of competition, right? Because I'm sure after your rookie year, had the Carolina Panthers brought in a veteran punter who was almost 30 and punted for 6 seasons in the NFL, you would have been a little worried, right?
I would be worried.
And so that is an added level of pressure of somebody who we already know cracks or bursts when he has some type of pressure. And right now, especially a day like today, the fact that he couldn't regather himself, refocus himself, and he went on to have a 1-for-3 day, I believe.
It compounded. It got worse and worse and worse.
That's worrisome because this is practice. We talking about practice, as we talked about last week with Jordan Love. and he still can't get it together, the pressure is real in the game.
And here's where I think the Packers did him a disservice. They notably did not add any veteran to compete with him last year as a true rookie. The very first hurdle of do I have what it takes? Am I capable of being an NFL specialist? Is going out there and beating a specialist who has been there and done that. I had to beat out a 12-year vet in order to do it, and most guys go through that rite of passage of beating out another guy to earn their spot. The Packers didn't allow him to do that, and by not allowing him to work through that, put that crown on his head and said, I beat out another guy that has done this, therefore I know I can do this. I think they did him a disservice.
They sure did.
No competition, given the job, dealt with all the pressure, didn't deliver, and now the pressure's on in training camp, and it's only going to heighten, right?
Oh, yeah.
The
games are only bigger now. And the spotlight for the Packers is already big, but now for sure, with it being a playoff team, presumably, huge kicks.
When we talk about all the exciting things around the Green Bay Packers, it is what this offense can be. It is hopefully figuring out if they actually have talent that can put together a top 10 defense with a new 4-3 scheme. Does the talent fit what they're trying to do? And when you look at those two things, there is an important aspect. And I hate coming back to this, but I actually don't at all, because it's all about what? Super Bowls. And you know who is great in the Super Bowls? The kickers.
Yeah.
The kickers kept them in the games. And you know what kept the Green Bay Packers out of beating the San Francisco 49ers?
A kicker. And this is why, as we're the off season and now training camp kind of goes along, we've talked about the offense versus defense yesterday. Really, at this point, we know what we're going to get from this offense. They're only growing. The defense, we're going to wait and see how they perform during the regular season. But when it comes down to Anders Carlson, what we don't want is a repeat of last year, where he is the reason why the Packers don't reach the pinnacle of winning a Super Bowl. That will be damning for Brian Gutekunst.
Well, and there's really no time to waste, because I do think it's going to take a minute for this defense to get its legs underneath them. Therefore, Packers are going to have to score more points early to win games. A big part of scoring points is having a kicker that you're confident when you reach the 40-yard line and in, that can get you at least 3 points.
We are live from Dave & Buster's. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. And, Brad, I sent you a picture yesterday. I had 2 right socks on.
It's disturbing. I had to delete the thread.
That was weird of you to do. I didn't know that's what the socks look like. They really have a big R and big L on it. You just said, let me get RR.
We got the win. That's all that mattered. And you know what I did when I got home?
What did you do?
I put in another Palermo's pizza. We won on Monday. I won on Wednesday. And I came home and I went to my favorite, Screamin' Sicilian Pizza. It's so screaming good. I went to the Boss Hog, the classic sausage. Oh, my gosh. Every time I open up a Palermo's and I see all the toppings on the Screamin' Sicilian, I'm like, this is amazing. I even have enough sausage that I was able to take a couple pieces off and make sure the dogs were happy. That's how much. I mean, there's so much there that I'm happy, dogs are happy, everyone's happy. But find your screaming pleasure at your local grocer's freezer, whether it's thin and crispy tavern style, 2.5 feet of stuffed crust cheese, or the OG Screamins. I had the Boss Hog yesterday. The Bestie's Revenge is the cheese, the Holy Pepperoni. I have a Supremus Maximus waiting for me still in the freezer when we need to put that in for Frozen Pizza Friday. Man, I'm gonna have it 3 times this week, and I'm not gonna be mad about it at all. They also have some delicious specials like the Ultimate Deluxe. I talked about the Supremus Maximus, and one of my faves, the all-timer, the Mambo Italiano. Mambo! Find your screaming pleasure and taste what all the screaming is about. Jason Wilde, with all the Packers knowledge, joins us next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick, on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. That's a big girl. Yeah, that's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We got some backups out there for sure, and we had an earlier accident on the ramp from westbound 94 to 164. That's actually gotten cleared out of the way. So we're just left with some delays right now as you're making your way out of the Marquette, about 20th Street, all the way through to about Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 43 slow from before Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keith. Southbound 43, that's backed up basically just before Hampton Avenue down past Keith as well. Traffic is brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Follow the 3 R's of asphalt maintenance to avoid minor issues becoming huge headaches. Reseal, repair, and replace. Learn more at johnsonsonspaving.com. And And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, showers and storms early, then a low of 71. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers early, humid with a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laviga on 94.5 ESPN.
Get ready for the ultimate sports and state fair crossover. Join 94.5 ESPN's Kyle Brust and Nortman live from Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill at the Wisconsin State Fair on August 6th and 8th. Come say hi to the guys, get some ESPN Wisconsin swag, and savor Leff's incredible food and drink options. Plus, there's live music every day of the fair there at noon, 3:45, and 8:15. It's KBN live from Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill from 2 to 5 p.m. only at the Wisconsin State Fair on August 6th and 8th. We'll see you there.
College volleyball is coming to the Cream City. The Women's College Volleyball Showcase at Pfizer Forum happens September 1st and 2nd, and it features women's college volleyball powerhouse Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball. It'll be a Labor Day weekend to remember as 4 of the top programs in the nation compete. Wisconsin, Texas, Minnesota, and Stanford all battling it out. You do not want to miss out. The fun starts September 1st with a national semifinal rematch between Wisconsin and Texas. Get your tickets now to the Women's College Volleyball Showcase at Ticketmaster.com.
Tired of looking at dusty, dirty, and cracked garage floors? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you how you can get a fresh new look with Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor. It's also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. Contact Showtime Floors today and mention ESPN for 10% off. ShowtimeFloors.com.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your higher love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you. And every Saturday night that you ain't keep my tears blue. And these blinding lights, they shine so bright.
Live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name's Ben Brust, alongside backtracker Kyle Wallace and Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman. Joining the show now is Jason Wilde. You listen to him on Wilde and Tausch across these very stations. He will be live in the flesh at Dave & Buster's tonight. Jason, how are you?
Good. Backtracker.
No, Jason, don't listen to Ben. You know who Ben is. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All
don't
right,
let him
Jason,
label me.
the heart of what has happened today is Alex Strofe was... I was just going to let you know a little background here. Alex Strofe received a nice gift from the Packers Pro Shop of all the gear for the whiteout, and Kyle was very upset that he did not get a package from the Green Bay Packers along with Matt Hamilton. So he's just a little ornery right now because he still thinks he's a Packer backer, and the fans have reacted poorly to him wanting gear from the Packers after calling Jordan Love selfish.
Yeah, that was not a great moment. Why of all of the talents that we have, why did Strofe get the care package? I saw others got it too.
Great
I
question.
did not get one, nor do I want one. But I'm curious why they picked Stroh.
Because per Alex Strofe, he is very positive about the Green Bay Packers. So the Packers like what work he puts out across Mr. Irrelevant.
They text him, Jason.
Well, I'm not surprised they didn't send it to Ben. There's no doubt about that.
Jason, do you think that Jordan Love heard Kyle call him selfish? Do you think he actually heard it?
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Even though Christian Watson's
there you go.
dad quote tweeted it, you don't think it got in the locker room?
Wait, I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah. Christian Watson's dad came after Kyle and said, "This ain't it, Packer fans."
Yeah, Christian Watson's dad spends a lot of time on social media. I don't think his son nor the quarterback spend nearly as much time. So, in spite of that, no, I don't think it got back to Jordan. Although I will let him know next time. I talked to him briefly today, but next time I have some time with him, I will let him know, just so you know that he knows that you know that he knows.
Well, Jason, make sure he knows that I love him, because I need to know that he knows that.
That's not Jason's job.
Okay, actions speak louder than words, my friend.
Oh, Jason.
Talking with Jason Wilde here as we're live from Dave & Buster's. Jason, this probably won't be the first question you thought I was going to ask, but Greg Joseph only missing 2 kicks so far in training camp. Anders Carlson struggling. Is it Greg Joseph's to lose yet, or are they still rooting for the young gun to have a good family night performance?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's a really good question, because that was it's funny because we all were waiting for Greg Joseph. And so there was a big gaggle of reporters then that surrounded his locker. And I was kind of on the periphery at first. And I saw Jordan, who's 4 lockers down, peeking, looking, trying to figure out what's going on. And I said to him, this is usually the crowd for you. He's like, who is it? I said, oh, it's Greg Joseph. Oh, and he said, oh, okay, makes sense. Because Greg Joseph is kicking the you-know-what out of the ball right now. He's 29-31. He's been really good, so Jordan knows why we would want to talk to him. So I don't think that first of all, I don't think they're rooting necessarily for Anders just because they want him to win the job. I think they want them both to kick well, and they want to have to make it a difficult decision because both of them kicked as well as they are capable of. And Anders had such a strong start. I mean, he was 11 for 11. On his first, 3 days or 2 days of kicking. And now, he's obviously sitting at
25 of 31. I don't know the quick math.
Yeah. So,
Jason, the only thing I want to say real quick to get your perspective
26.
is, Goody loves the people he drafts, right? They held on to Amari Rodgers long. I just didn't know if there was maybe an extra oomph of wanting him to win it because they selected him in the draft.
I think probably subconsciously that they're somewhere, but again, I think they want somebody who's going to make the 41-yard field goal with 6 minutes left in the game and a chance to go up by a touchdown on the 49ers on the road. They don't care if it's him. They don't care if it's the ghost of Jan Stenerud, who I think is still alive, so I take that back. But I don't think that they have as much of a rooting interest as you might assume they would just because Anders is their pick. Now, whether or not Rich Bisaccia has that, I don't know, because remember, Rich Bisaccia coached his brother, has a connection with the family, and quite frankly, I think Rich Bisaccia's perspective would be, hey, look, Daniel Carlson struggled with the Vikings. He got to us with the Raiders, and he's been one of the best kickers ever since. So the fact that his younger brother struggled during the second half of his rookie season, I'm guessing that knowing the family, Rich is probably thinking, hey, he's going to come out on the other side of this. But right now, Greg Joseph is kicking better than him. There's no two ways about it.
Jason, yesterday we talked on our show about who would we like to see win training camp, the offense or defense. And that kind of came from the fact that there are these competition periods, and one of the sides of the ball is doing push-ups at the end of practice. Now, I won't ask you who would you rather see win, offense and defense, but I will ask you, given how this team is made up and the hopes that they're a Super Bowl contender, which side of the ball is more important to be humming at the end of training camp and week 1 for the Philadelphia Eagles, the offense or the defense?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in you, Brett. I'm not going to pick one. Like, if I was the coach, wouldn't I want them to do the exact same number of push-ups? Wouldn't I want them to be both winning their share?
But the question isn't more like which one would you want to see, more of like the way this team is made up. If offense or defense was playing at its best and one of them was starting to lag behind and took a few weeks to get going, which one do you think is more important to this team, to get going, offense or defense?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the offense has started to get going now. They had some plays again today. I think Jordan is heating up. I think Dontavion Wicks is heating up. I think Romeo Doubs is heating up. My personal opinion of what the NFL is, it's designed for the offense to win more often than the defense. So if the defense is winning significantly more often than your offense, I'm concerned that my offense isn't very good because so much of it is weighted toward the offensive success. So I guess I'm thinking I would like the offense, if I'm Matt LaFleur, I would like the offense to hold a slight edge, but not a significant edge. And I definitely I want my defense playing really well. There's no doubt about that. But I don't want there to be a wide disparity in either direction.
Jason, it might be me being the Packer backer that I am, but seeing yesterday and the day before with Matt LaFleur really talking about, hey, he didn't like how lethargic they were in practice on Tuesday, and he let them know that Wednesday is going to be a gut punch, and them kind of responding to that. Do you see Matt LaFleur putting a little bit more of an imprint and more of his personality and identity on this football team this year? It just seems like he may have a little bit different swagger about him this year.
Yeah, I don't think so, Kyle. I mean, look, that's his job, right? It's his job to push those guys, and he wasn't happy with the effort level on Tuesday, which, again, I don't think it was like god awful, but yeah, I thought the word lethargic was fair, and they did respond yesterday with a spirited practice. Look, the challenge I think for him is that he has to walk a line between. You don't want him to be lethargic, but there was a practice a couple of days earlier where they were going after each other and there were fights and, I don't know, maybe they weren't lethargic. Maybe they were just making sure that they didn't kick the crap out of each other or didn't get into any melees after plays. Like, I'm not sure that I would consider it them being lazy or not putting forth effort. And I definitely don't think, look, he's going into his 6th year now. I think he put a stamp on this team last year when he didn't have to deal with Aaron Rodgers and the outsized personality that his quarterback had.
That's completely fair as Jason Wilde joins us on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin live from Dave & Buster's. Jason will be in person for our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft. Look forward to seeing Jason. Jaire spoke very glowingly of Romeo Doubs heading into his 3rd year. A texter said he's starting the Doubs mob. I know Dontavion Wicks has had some great moments. As we continue to sort out who is going to be that, I don't want to say number 1 wide receiver, but maybe the more reliable target for Jordan Love. Does Romeo Doubs seem to be the go-to guy for Love in terms of his reliability?
Yeah, he's having a great camp. I mean, he's been outstanding. And he's cooked Jaire Alexander on multiple occasions. So that was what prompted that conversation. And, Jesse and Tausch and I talked about it a little bit this morning, too. Like, he's just perpetually underrated. He's not flashy, but he's so reliable. And, it wasn't just Jaire that was talking him up. I mean, if you heard Love yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I can't remember now. But he basically said, I'm glad Jaire said that. I'm glad he put respect on his name because I think Romeo's going to have a breakout season. So he sees it too, and I think it's important, and I think people forget this, that the one wide receiver that Jordan Love spends the most time with is Romeo Doubs. They work out together for most of the offseason in California. So there is a connectivity there that while he certainly has connections with his other receivers, I think his connection with Doubs is a little bit stronger. It's got a little bit more history, and I think we're seeing that in the last few practices.
Every year, when I played in training camp, Jason played in training camp. It's a weird way to phrase that.
That's how you know you went
played,
showed up in your tennis shoes, put your kicking sneakers on, and then
taste
sunflower seeds.
And that's why this question is phrased so perfectly, because I did a whole lot of practice watching Jason, and there was always a guy that I would be like, oh, wait, I didn't expect this guy to be this good this early, or, oh, my goodness, this is a 7th-round pick. Dude's playing like a 1st-round pick. Every year, somebody that was unknown rose to the top, and maybe didn't become a all-pro, but they became a starter. They became a household name. Who is it this year that after a week and a half of watching practice and covering the team, you're saying, you know what, keep your eye on this guy because he is unexpectedly good?
Now, this is a good question, Brad.
Thank you, Jason.
There's a few, and one started 17 games last year, but let me explain why he fits the bill, and that's Rasheed Walker. I mean, I don't know about you, but I went into camp thinking, kind of like we were having a conversation about Anders, that they drafted Jordan Morgan in the 1st round. They want him to be their left tackle. And I was talking to Sheed today. He was eating, and yet he's now a veteran enough that if one of us longtime writers come over, he's even willing to conduct an interview while he's eating his lunch. So I appreciate that about him. But, like, I told him, quite honestly, like I said, dude, like, they draft a guy in the 1st round. I know you were going to be competitive, but I figured they were going to give him every opportunity to take your job, and that has not happened. Like, Jordan Morgan is competing for the right guard spot. He is not competing to be the starting left tackle. Rasheed Walker has kicked his butt, or more accurately, has just put such a chokehold on the job that Jordan Morgan never even got started. And remember, Jordan Morgan showed up at the rookie camp and said he wanted to protect Jordan Love's blind side. And that ain't happening. So I think he fits that category in terms of someone that I thought he would put up a fight, but I didn't think he'd be able to hold on to that job. And I'm sorry, but it's over. Like, there is no competition there. And then the guy that the position where there's a couple of guys is safety. And no one's beating out Xavier McKinney. He is the linchpin of this defense. But they are holding open tryouts for the other job. I mean, open tryouts, not like, Peter Bowden, the long snapper's not trying out for it, or Demofsky's
well, you never know,
trying
Jason.
out for it. But, well, yeah, the more you can do. But they've, again, and I have admitted this to both Evan Williams and to Anthony Johnson. Like, you pick a guy in the 2nd round like they did with Bullard, you kind of figure he's going to be the guy. And I would say that both Evan Williams, who I think has 3 picks in camp, and Anthony Johnson, who was a 7th-round pick a year ago, have both made that a genuine competitive situation. Like, to the point that they've used Javon Bullard a little bit in the slot, as if they're kind of thinking, okay, we need to find other ways to get this guy on the field because we like him, but these other guys are playing just as well, if not better. So Anthony Johnson is a really interesting player. He was a corner at Iowa State for 4 years, decided to come back for a 5th season instead of going pro because he had the COVID year. Started like almost 60 games in college, like really smart, experienced dude. But he switched from corner to safety his final year in Ames. And he did it because he knew that at the NFL level he was going to have to be a safety. He wasn't fast enough to play corner in the NFL. So he got that whole year of playing safety in college. Then he got, I think, 300 snaps and change last year when they had they had Jonathan Owens playing safety. They had Rudy Ford. They had Anthony Johnson Jr. They had Darnell Savage. And so now he's been, to me anyway, the biggest surprise of camp. Like, they have basically given him as much opportunity as they've given Bullard and Evan Williams, and that says a lot about where he's at.
Well, Jason, we appreciate the insight. Look forward to seeing you tonight, and drive safe.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. Listen to Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these various stations. And Jason hears Mark Tauscher every day at about 9:15. Tell everyone about the great work that Gina Della from Pella continues to do.
That's right. I mean, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, they will provide everything you need when it comes to getting luxury, premium windows and doors in your house. I mean, out there today, it's rainy, it's steamy, it's humid. Days like today, you're thankful you have Pella Windows and Doors, and if you don't, you should be getting on them right now. That's because they can match any color, any style, and any budget from top to bottom. And you can get a new entry door, all these different kinds of innovations. Ben and I were at the showroom. It was unbelievable what they all had in store. Anything you need at any budget, they can match you with it. And right now, the deal that Pella Windows and Doors is giving is 0% interest for up to 3 years with no money down and equal payments. This runs through the end of the month, August 31st, so you got to act now and visit PellaWI.com today.
Alex Della, if you're out there, I owe you a call. I need a new front door, need some windows. Gina Della from Pella, I know you're going to take care of me like you can take care of everybody else. More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on the other side. It is a special edition here, Brad Out.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow, next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Westbound 94, watch for delays coming out of the Marquette interchange all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound side, so far, so good. We've got northbound 43 backing up from just before Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up past Keith. Southbound's heavy from Silver Spring down past Keith. And starting to see some delays on 41 southbound now, coming across the county line to about Good Hope Road. And then again, back on the brakes just south of Appleton Avenue down to Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Follow the 3 R's of asphalt maintenance to avoid minor issues becoming huge headaches. Reseal, repair, and replace. Learn more at johnsonsonspaving.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Showers and storms early, a low of 71. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers early, humid with a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking to have a little fun with your family? Well, then join us at IKEA Oak Creek this Friday, August 2nd, for our IKEA Family Summer Barbecue. Then enjoy some family fun, including local mascots, a live broadcast from KBN, and even a chance to enter to win a sweet night at the ball game. So join us at IKEA Oak Creek Family Summer Barbecue from 2 to 7 p.m. on August 2nd. You must be an IKEA family member to participate, so sign up for free today at IKEA.com/US. Limit 4 buffet tickets per IKEA family membership.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, a future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Everybody knows, if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25,000 in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at pacebig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between August 1st and 11th. Member FDIC.
Welcome to another episode of Analysis, man.
From Bucks superstar Giannis.
And then I'm going to Chris at the time.
What did coach mean? What do you... And even Green Bay QB Jordan Love. There's only one call for these conversations.
I've never been in a Lambo, and I have to, right? What is this Lambo league?
Tune in to the Thanalysis Show, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Find it today on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere you get podcasts.
Is it cornhole or is it bags? Don't ask Alex Strofe. He wouldn't know. Congrats to KBN superstar producer Alex Strofe on the 12th place finish in his bags league.
Sportsbook in downtown Milwaukee is amazing. Check out the dozens of self-service kiosks for you to bet at. Seating for over 200, a VIP deck and a broadcast booth, a 2,000 square foot video wall. It doesn't get any better than that. Anytime I say, hey, have you checked it out? They go, no. I'm going to go check it out tonight. They go, hey, Ben, you were exactly right. I don't even need to bet. I like watching games. This is like my movie theater of sports. Plus, if you like to bet, you can do that too right on site. There's tons of things to watch out in Paris. You got a lot of things going on here locally. The Brewers, as they make their second half run to the playoffs. Potawatomi Sportsbook. You'll love it. Make sure you check it out. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa, getting ready for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft. On Twitter, Kyle has reached desperate status. ESPN Kyle W tweets, hey, at Packers Pro Shock.
You did not.
Hooked my boy up today with some fresh whiteout merch.
I liked it. Shout out to them hooking up my boy.
So he's trying to get in the good graces of the Packers Pro Shop so he can
I like what they did. It was a great promotion for a great thing, and I decided to, follow them on
That's a bad look,
Twitter X.
Come on now.
What do you
suck
mean?
at this.
What do you mean? Why are we making a big deal about this?
You're just begging for a package they sent out to everybody a week ago.
No, I'm just showing them some support. I am locally
You admittedly said you are sad about this, and now you're going desperate on us.
No, I'm not going desperate. I thought, I'm sad, but I should be happy with the fact that Alex Strofe, my great teammate Alex Strofe,
here
that
he
I did
goes.
Green Bay Game Day with.
Alex ain't putting in no word for you.
I am so happy that Alex was on that list, so I just wanted to retweet what he had.
All right, let's hear from somebody who tells the truth most of the time. It's Brad Nortman. Let's hear Brad out. Special edition.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys. Special edition, Hear Brad Out, and I was going to save it, but I thought this is the perfect opportunity because we're here at Dave & Buster's. We're going to be doing our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft, but there's something missing. There's something missing when it comes to fantasy football, and I have the cure for what that missing is. Punters belong in fantasy football. Now, hear me out. This is Hear Brad Out. No, hear me out. Don't even start. Don't you start.
My ears is hearing.
Listen, the NFL is all about making every single play exciting. We just saw them do it with the kickoff. The punt is plenty exciting in and of itself, but why not make it more exciting by having people actively following the punts, drafting punters, and having them be a part of fantasy football? Kickers are in it. I get they score points, but guys, they created a fake scoring system for the defenses. Why can't we create a scoring system for punters? And what is that scoring system, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, we didn't ask.
Here are the points on my punters in fantasy football. We're going to reward the bombers and the snipers of the world. 60-yard punts, that's going to get you 1 point. Gross punt, so if you just bomb a punt, you get 1 point. Inside the 20, so from the 11 to the 20, that'll get you a point, downing a punt inside the 20. From the 6 to the 10-yard line, that's 2 points, and inside the 5 is 3.
I kind of love it.
And you get -6 for a punt return for a touchdown.
What about a touchback?
That's not worth even starting.
Touchback, even.
No.
Okay, -1 for touchbacks.
Yeah.
-1 for touchbacks.
No, they're going to be a negative on your team.
And real quick, think about this. When you draft punters, you think about who are the good offenses that will allow for many field goal opportunities. In this thing, you have to think, who are the bad offenses? Who's going to be punting a lot for more opportunities for inside the 20 and more opportunities to flip the field and hit bombs? Guys, this needs to happen. Punters belong in fantasy football. It would make that play so electric. Imagine being able to draft Daniel Whalen, Torrey Taylor, whoever, and you watch your punter. I know I'm all in for it. It'd be a first-round draft pick for me.
I'm all out on it.
You could probably create a league that has this.
And I think it would
nobody
be
will join.
No, most popular league of all time. What do you guys say?
You and all
so
your specialist buddies in the NFL could have your own punting league.
The last thing I want to do is wait until the end of the draft to figure out what punter I'm going to draft. I'd rather focus on building my bench and building with good players that actually play a role in the game.
You wouldn't be excited? I think you in particular would be excited to draft Torrey Taylor because you'd be rooting against the Bears offense, and you know he'd be able to hit bombs, get you points for your fantasy team.
No, my love for Torrey Taylor already went out the window once he went to the Chicago Bears. I would hate for me to draft him and then he sucked, and then I'm going to be extra upset. Now, I already get angry about enough stuff in football and fantasy. I don't want punters to be added to that list.
Yeah,
Ben, you like a little juice. Come on, you're on my side, right?
I like the concept, but at the same time, like, the last thing that I want to do is have my fantasy team win or lose based off a punter.
How exciting would that be?
It's already annoying enough sometimes with kickers and defense. I don't want to add another nuance of trying to be inclusive to people that don't really matter, even though you're wearing your punters are people too.
That was purposeful for today for this exact reason, that I need to show people our punters are people too. Imagine you're down, it's a Monday night game, you need 5 points. You're like, come on, let's hit bombs and get it inside the 20, baby.
Yeah, imagine you're up and then your punter just stinks it up, and all of a sudden they let in the special teams, lets in because I know it's not the punter's fault, ever the punter's fault.
Never.
Lets in a touchdown, all of a sudden you lose points and you lose a game by 1 because of the punter.
Strofe, you're on my side, right? You want to see punters in fantasy football?
Brad, I'm actually all in on this. I think this is an electric idea. It's something that I've pondered before because I'm in a couple leagues where it's individual defensive players rather than defenses. And I think we should get punters, we should get kickers, we should get defenders.
Ready for this?
Offensive coordinators.
Do you are you doing a Mr. Irrelevant draft, or are you with Kyle Brust and Nortman?
I'm doing a Mr. Irrelevant draft.
Okay, so for the Kyle Brust and Nortman League, per sources on the ESPN Fantasy app, it has punter options. So by 6:30 when we are drafting, we'll figure out if the people who are in the Kyle Brust and Nortman Fantasy Football League of ESPN Wisconsin, we'll have to figure it out if we're going to add punters. We'll have to take a vote.
We can take a league vote.
There is a poll in the field, fellas, on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Brad Nortman said that fantasy football needs to add punters to every league. Do you agree or disagree? Only 25% agree right now, Brad. You got to work on those numbers.
Oh, come on. We're going to get it. Come on, KBN Nation. You know you agree with me.
I'm very anti.
Very anti.
Good job, KBN
There are
Nation.
custom options, punt average, fair catches, touchbacks, return yards allowed, punts returned, punts blocked, punts inside the 20, the 10, every punt.
Wow.
My heart is
beating. Yeah, my heart is beating out of my chest right now.
I cannot wait to see the results of the poll and see the responses of those after Brad Nortman. 800-990-3776.
Wait, people don't even draft punters in the league for real. And now
I got drafted.
Again, rarity. What does Homer say?
Punters are stupid?
Well, that's the worst draft pick ever.
Well,
even though I love you, Brad.
J.K. Scott was drafted, and that didn't work out.
That's true. That's true.
I'm curious how Brad scored during his playing days. Like, was he punter 14 or was he punter 2?
Good question.
He had 2 blocked in the same game. That would have.
That's true. Ooh, a blocked punt. A blocked punt would be maybe -4.
That would have absolutely messed up somebody's team.
Yeah, it would depend on the year. I had some really good years. I had some average years.
We're live from Dave & Buster's. I want to know from KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. If there was an arcade game that you needed to play us against, what would you pick that you know you would dominate us? Because we have answers for you, and we want to hear what you would dominate in at an arcade. We are at Dave & Buster's. Maybe you're coming to the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft. You get there early?
Yeah.
We can play you early. That's next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
I think I'm going to have to bring Romeo Doubs into the Tausch stand category and start promoting and pushing him more.
Wilde and Tausch.
I feel like he is just so
criminally.
Like, he's an afterthought for too many Packer fans, and I think he's going to have a bust-out year.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
She absolutely nailed it.
Are you talking about Jenny Sambeline? Yeah, Jenny and her pendant, the music in a mother's heart.
Hi, Rick. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, we're going to produce your pendant design as a limited edition collector's item and put a few of them in all of our 8 Kessler stores.
Congratulations, Jenny.
Wow, this is huge.
Jenny, we expect the music in a mother's heart to sell out very quickly.
We'll also make a few available online.
I designed that pendant from the memory of how my mother made me feel when we'd sing together.
How often did that happen?
Constantly. We'd sing along with whatever was playing on the radio, or sometimes we would watch a musical on TV and sing along with that.
At just $124, the music in a mother's heart is going to sell out lightning fast.
I'm buying one.
I'm buying one. I bought the prototype the moment I saw it.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
College volleyball is coming to the Cream City. The Women's College Volleyball Showcase at Pfizer Forum happens September 1st and 2nd, and it features women's college volleyball powerhouse Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball. It'll be a Labor Day weekend to remember as 4 of the top programs in the nation compete. Wisconsin, Texas, Minnesota, and Stanford all battling it out. You do not want to miss out. The fun starts September 1st with a national semifinal rematch between Wisconsin and Texas. Get your tickets now to the Women's College Volleyball Showcase at Ticketmaster.com.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
It's still summer in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc has you covered for fun in the sun. From bike nights to Saturday rides, or maybe just some retail therapy like a new motorcycle, or just a little something for yourself, there's always something going on. Check out Wisconsin Harley-Davidson at WISHD.com and like and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and online at WISHD.com. Don't just see the world, feel it. Right here, right now. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as, bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Congratulations to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman producer Alex Strofe. A 12th place finish in his Bags League. Woohoo!
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
You can.
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
This weekend at Road America, they have IMSA, and it starts now, but you can still get tickets for the races this weekend. RoadAmerica.com. Kids 16 and under getting free. You come for that experience and you stay for the race. So much to do. Rent a golf cart, drive all around, see everything that you need to see at the racetrack. Try great food, go to the beach volleyball area. You can race go-karts, you can do corporate events. They have everything you need. Your one-stop shop is Elkhart Lakes, Road America. Go to RoadAmerica.com. That's RoadAmerica.com to get your tickets today. Live from Dave & Buster's, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. Alex Strofe running the show. He'll be coming down after for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft. You guys big arcade guys?
Back in the day, I used to be.
Back in the day, I used to love going to the local arcade. Been to Dave & Buster's many times as well. There was one about 30 minutes away where it always felt like a treat. You know, to go with the friends, swipe the card, play whatever you wanted. If there was a game you had to pick that you could wipe KBN Nation in, what game would you go with?
Two come to mind. One is Cruising USA, or
Okay.
where I'm at the driving game. Man, I'm a little bit. I can drive a car. And then I'm not sure I'm like amazing at it, but I would love to team up with KBN Nation, do a little dual Area 51. I always loved that of like you're shooting the aliens and reload, and then do that. It was a lot of fun. Off the screen reload. Yeah, those are my two favorites.
My first-person shooter game was the Jurassic Park. You were in you were in the Jeep.
Yes,
and you had to take down all the dinosaurs. I would sit in there for 3 hours and I wouldn't leave. I loved that game so damn much.
Yeah, for me, I absolutely love. There's a game, you guys talking about like arcade type games. There's a couple that I love, but I would say Skee-Ball's an arcade game, right?
Yeah, Skee-Ball's here.
Yeah, it's a great ticket game.
You got to play Skee-Ball. I absolutely love playing some Skee-Ball.
Are you good at Skee-Ball?
I used to be good at Skee-Ball. I would love to see if I still got it tonight.
KBN Skee-Ball after the show.
I was always a sucker for that corner Skee-Ball that they tempted you in to try to get the big money.
Yeah.
You got to stay right down the alley, though.
And then another game I love is kind of two of them. You guys remember Street Fighter? Street Fighter and Tekken.
Oh,
wow. Just tapping the floor hard with moving the joystick.
Said one of the best games of all time in an arcade.
What?
You Pac-Man?
I love me some Pac-Man too.
NBA Jam.
NBA
yeah,
Jam.
that's a good one too.
Heating
Yes. That one is
Boom,
so good.
shakalaka.
That was a good one.
There's so many good. I kind of miss those. Now everything's just so accessible on your phone. There's something about like that immersive experience of playing a game like that.
Do movie theaters still have arcades? I know here in Milwaukee, right down the street here at Mayfair Mall, as we are at Dave & Buster's, right down the street, Mayfair Mall, you have a movie theater there where they had an arcade that you can go to back in the day.
Oh, is this our play-out music today?
Ooh, very 80s, 90s.
It sure is. This is the NBA Jam theme.
Down, 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 down. Best duo in NBA Jam.
Scotty and Jordan.
Kobe and Shaq.
I say Kobe and Shaq,
really?
probably.
Yeah, because Shaq could go up and dunk everything.
Yeah, I don't recall. I like to shoot. Actually, you know who I love? Penny Hardaway and Shaq.
Jim, Matt, and Molly up next in Madison. We're here till 5 o'clock, but they're also here. Show 14 for them. They're next in 2 minutes on Madison. We're here in Milwaukee.
Hey, wave to us.
Hi, guys.
We have an accident on 894 southbound, right about at the Hale interchange off on the right shoulder, so watch out for that. Westbound 94 backing up out of the Marquette all the way to Hawley Road, eastbound slow from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange as well. We've got southbound 43 heavy from just before Hampton Avenue all the way down past Keefe, almost to Burleigh, and then northbound's backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe as well. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Showers and storms early, a low of 71. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers early, humid with a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Explosive red, white, and blue savings are going on now. Exclusively at the Cunis Auto Group's Freedom to Save sales event. From the Patriot Pros at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC. All marked down with July Freedom to Save discounts and savings. We're also offering incredible Freedom to Save discounts on our entire inventory of select pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 vehicles online and online. Check out dozens of July Freedom to Save service specials on everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus in July, with any newer pre-owned test drive, you'll get a free windshield auto shade to protect your car's interior from summer heat. All at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealerships in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. It's the Cunis Auto Group's exclusive July Freedom to Save sales event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopcunis.com.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN live from Dave & Buster's as we get ready for the return of the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft tonight. Woo, I'm excited.
A really good 414 hour intro by Kyle Wallace, our Packer backpedaler. Brad Nortman, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, and myself, Ben Brust, here at Dave & Buster's in Tosa. Strofe will be here shortly, but right now he is running the show. UKBN Nation can get in at 800-990-3776 or see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. So there was a fascinating story that came out of the Chicago Bearland, and it has nothing to do with play on the field. It has nothing to do with talking about their defense or their offenses. Everything to do with locker room etiquette. Chicago Bears rookie Caleb Williams joined 670 The Score, and he talked about, Kevin Bird, one of their safeties, joined 670 The Score, and he told me, Strofe, get out of my ear. He told a story about Caleb Williams having a message to the team after practice and had nothing to do with the on-the-field performance. He wanted his teammates to be more organized and clean. Quote, first thing he said was, hey, man, we're all grown men here, right? He was like, we're getting a little sloppy, leaving water bottles, towels, and all types of things around. Custodians, a lot of square footage they have to cover in this whole building. Let's try and help them out by cleaning up after ourselves. Brad, douchey or good message by a rookie quarterback? It's pretty bold to come into a locker room and say, hey, grown men, pick up after yourselves.
I like it a lot.
I do. You're vacuuming at 1 o'clock in the morning after parties.
Dude. But think about the statement of that. Like, how you do anything is how you do everything type of mentality where, like, listen, let's act like adults, act like grown men and hold ourselves to a high standard, not only on the field but off the field. So I think, look, I don't know what's going to become of Caleb Williams. I think that was a pretty baller leadership move right there, though.
Some of the internet has called him Russell Wilson 2.0.
Come on.
Yeah, no, this is what happens when you kind of just crown somebody as your franchise quarterback, give them the keys to the franchise, you don't make them work for it whatsoever. There's already a sense of entitlement, right? He skipped over the hazing, and obviously you're not supposed to legally haze somebody, but that part of where you have to earn the respect of the guys, he just came in telling the guys, hey,
pick up your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's one thing. Imagine if Stroke would have joined our show day one and was bossing us around and telling us what we needed to do, right? You have to earn the respect of people. And when you don't force somebody to earn the respect, this is how they react and this is how they act. And right now, Caleb Williams, he's acting like a narc. Doug, ain't nobody got time to be worried about stuff being on the floor. So people pick up after themselves? Absolutely. But guess what? There are some highly paid individuals and employed individuals that are paid to pick up after these guys. That's what their job is. And again,
highly paid?
Okay, they're making good money. They're probably making good money. NFL don't pay. To each their own what good money is. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's right for him to be telling people, make sure you pick up after yourself. Just sit there and be a rookie and find your way on the football field. He has been there basically. Training camp has lasted for all of a week and a half, and he's already telling guys to pick up after themselves. There is going to be a part in this season where they're going to get annoyed at Caleb Williams. I'm telling you, he comes off as just an annoying kid.
I think I would respect a guy that does that.
Yeah, of course you would. You're the punter. He don't want to respect the Torrey Taylor. He wants to respect the DJ Moore.
That if you're the kind of person and type of organization that just trashes everything behind you, then that's going to flow over on the field exactly what the Chicago Bears have been very recently.
Yes. I mean, keeping a tidy locker room, throwing stuff away.
It's someone else's fault. Yep, let's not hold
water
ourselves
bottles
to a high
away
standard.
is really going to be the difference between winning the NFC North and being a bottom feeder.
Yeah,
no,
it's holding yourself to a whole high standard.
What is it like in the locker room? There's a lot of guys in training camp. You've been a part of two different teams. Like, what was the differences in the locker rooms for the Panthers versus the Jaguars? And it sounds like you just sat in the corner and just smiled and had a good time at training camp.
Well, I was everybody's friend, and yeah, you know that I obviously do that. And I will say, most of the vocal leaders, very rarely was it somebody young like that. Usually, it would take multiple seasons of on-field performance to be able to do that. But it's different when you are a quarterback walking right into the building. I wasn't there for Cam's first season, but I was there for a second season, and he was vocal when he needed to be. But there were guys that, you know what, if you knew you were a high draft pick and you walked in and wanted to do that, that was something good. But I will say, talking about like locker room etiquette in general, there's a couple things that come to mind when it comes to just like life inside the locker room.
Take us inside.
I will. Room, you know, where it's like, dude, can you please just do this?
Oh,
here. So one of them is like, one thing. Obviously, I was not prepared for, I don't know what your experience was like, Ben, but like the hygiene, and obviously you got a bunch of dudes then like showering together.
Oh, wow.
So that's the thing where it's like, there's an etiquette of like, let's throw a towel on. You know, there's things like that. There's
you don't want that thing swinging all around you.
Wait. You were not cool with dudes just walking around nude?
I think it was weird.
It's
I think
weird.
Guys would do that with a liberal expression where it's like, okay, you can do that in the shower, but let's put a towel on when we're walking around.
So, Brad, anybody ever walk up to you like after they walked out the shower, like, hey, Brad, how you doing? And just had their towel on their shoulder?
Every once in a while, and even worse, and Jason can probably talk about this, they always harp on that of being like, let's conduct ourselves well, let's not do that, because there are reporters in the room, and they're not all male like Jason Wilde. So there's a certain level of like, let's hold ourselves to a high standard, cover ourselves up. Some guys wouldn't do that, and it was weird. That was something that
well, that's just confidence you walking around like that, Brad.
I was going to say, were they mostly confident for a reason?
Yeah. How about this one?
Brad sure as heck had a towel on 24/7.
Brad said,
two
what?
towels.
What is that?
Two towels?
Upper and lower. No, just kidding. Just lower. How about this one? Rinsing your body before you get in the community cold and hot tubs. Imagine these linemen getting off the field. Sometimes they wouldn't even rinse their body, and they're just like nasty and they're gross.
Oh, so
they roll right in there.
Now you're picking on the big guys.
Yeah, that's right. They should clean, and some they were told to do that. You know,
just because
rinse
you
your
didn't
body
know
off.
what the grind and the sweat was out there doesn't mean you can sit here and judge people who worked hard at practice and training camp every day. They don't care about your opinion on showering before getting in the hot tub.
Imagine a big, stinky dude sitting right next to you in a hot tub or cold tub after a practice.
Imagine a big, stinky dude that worked hard for that 2 hours during practice in drills, getting beat up, having to listen to a punter say, ew, man, did you wash off first?
It's disgusting.
After you sat there and they saw you on the sideline playing grab behind and picking dandelions.
Playing grab behind. That's one way Kyle Wallace would spend his time. Here's another one, okay? How about there is a certain unwritten rule in the locker room about signing, autographing items. Okay, think about this. So you're in a locker room I'm in a locker room with Cam Newton, Steve Smith, Luke Kuechly, right? Greg Olsen, guys. It's like, you know what? I'd have people come up to me like, hey, can I get Cam's autograph? Maybe you're giving Christmas gifts. Maybe you're donating it to charity. So there'd be plenty of times where I'd have to go to Cam's locker, right? Couple of footballs in hand, and be like, hey Cam, you mind signing these for me? And like, if you're a superstar, because he gets requests all the time, even from teammates, and it is a very humbling thing. I'm supposed to be on the same team as Cam. I'm going up there, tail between my legs.
Cam,
say,
can you
Cam,
sign my football?
got like the pen. Hey Cam, could you sign these footballs for me? He'll sign them. Oh, and one more right here too. Oh, hey, sorry, one more. And then there starts to be generally like a line of people. Once this one person starts, this is the opportunity to get Cam to sign stuff. So if you're a superstar in the locker room, there's a certain level of grace and patience that you should have with the rest of the teammates that are inevitably
Anybody
going to want
ask you to sign stuff?
Every once in a while, I get some mail. I get some fan mail.
No, I'm talking about
teammates.
Only if they got like hey, we're all signing something. This is like the 2013 Carolina Panthers.
the team SID or something.
Yeah, never just me. Never like, hey, you were requested to sign this ball. Never. That was never me. But I had to do that all the time with guys like in Carolina. Same thing. It's
Why
like,
did
hey,
you
Jalen,
have to?
Can you get Jalen Ramsey's autograph for me?
Why would you say no?
Just say no.
Because, why not? They're a teammate. I'll just ask them.
Because you look so lame.
Hey, Jalen, this kid sent me this. I know he probably sent it to you 25 times, but he decided to go through me. You hook him up?
That's how you'd phrase it? That's not how I would say it.
I'm assuming that's how did you say it?
Was everything for Make-A-Wish?
No, of course not.
I'm saying, how did you phrase it? Was everything for charity?
No.
Even though it was for Brad's basement?
No, not my basement. You'd have like family members and friends. I'd be like, can I get Leonard Fournette's autograph? Can I get Cam's autograph?
You are a loser.
And so I would be like, okay, just
family
give me the ball.
And friends.
Yeah, family and friends. And then I'd get it and be like, all right, here we go. So I would get the ball.
Did he ever what was your interaction like?
There would be sometimes, most of the time it was really well received by fill-in-the-blank superstar. Most of the time it's like, oh, yeah, no problem, let me get this. There was only a couple of times where it was like, all right, like bring it in kind of thing. It was, and usually like I didn't pick my spot well, right?
Like who? Give me an example.
Bad practice. Brad's like, hey, can you sign this?
Bad practice. The media just hounded them. It was bad, particularly in December when like the volume was high as far as requests, and I would do that too. Like when I would like hold my spot. My locker was right by Cam's, so I could try to get a pulse for when Cam is ready to sign some stuff. And the minute the practice squad wide receiver went up to him, had something to sign him, I collected all my stuff and I walked over to Cam. I said, okay, Cam, would you mind doing these too?
Wait a minute. How often did you do this with Cam? Because you make it sound like you've done this multiple times in a year.
Yeah, I would say with Cam,
there
was probably, I would probably ask him for at least 5 autographs a year.
Woo! 5 different
in 4
times
years.
You'd go to him for multiple items?
Wow. No, I would say I would bulk them up to where it'd be happen maybe 3 times in total, but I'd probably say anywhere from 5 to 10 total signs of the pen.
Did you keep one?
I have a couple like team balls that were like from and like signing my jersey.
So who's the real autograph hound on this show? Is it Brad Nortman or is it Ben Brust?
I only have 2 autographs: Matt LaFleur and Christian Yelich.
Matt LaFleur and Christian Yelich. Yeah, I'm not a big autograph seeker. I'm telling you, it was always other
lie
people.
based on what you just told me.
But it was. I never liked doing it. I hated it.
It's from a brother.
He said I hated doing it, but I mean, I asked Cam, I asked Luke, I asked Jalen. Also, who else was on the Jaguar? Leonard Fournette,
Jalen Ramsey, Calais Campbell.
But like you hated doing it, but you did it.
I want to know what your conversations were like. Did you guys even speak?
Yeah, of course. I mean. Yeah, of course we spoke. Like there would be times where if it was a bunch of people, you're not really having a conversation. But like it depends on your relationship with him. Like Calais is a super warm guy. He'll ask Calais Campbell. He'll ask how you're doing. No? Like you'll have a conversation with him. If you go to Jalen's locker, Jalen Ramsey, he's not going to say much, at least to me.
Did he know? You were like, did they know who you were?
Yeah, of course.
Are you sure?
100%.
Good question, Ben.
There's only 53 people.
Real quick, Brad. Jay on the text line says, would Cam Newton know who Brad was if he ran into him at the grocery store?
Yeah, Cam would know me.
Yeah, that's your guy.
Cam would know me.
Your lockers were next to us for 4 years.
It would take Steve would know me too.
As the guy he told sit down and shut up and don't go to the bathroom on the plane?
Does he remember that?
I'm not sure he could pull that from memory, but if you ask him about it, he'd probably say, yeah, it sounds like me. That sounds like me. I'm trying to think of
For those who don't
know
the story, please retell that story.
Yeah, so I was a rookie and in Carolina, preseason game, so planes are notoriously packed for a preseason game. So it's 3x3, and everyone is basically pairing up, like window, middle is open, and aisle. So people are taking the window and the aisle. And I'm going down, one of the last guys on the plane, I'm going out, I feel like Forrest Gump walking through there, right? Walking down the aisle and like seats taken. I go all the way to the back of the plane, and Steve Smith is sitting there. It's the final row, the last row, and it's the only row where there's one guy in it, and Steve's sitting in the aisle. And I'm just like, I gulped, literally. I was like, all right, here we go. So I said, hey, Steve, you mind if I get in here? And he was looking at his phone. He looks up at me. He looks down, and he says, you don't go to the bathroom. You don't talk to me the whole plane. And if you do that, you can go on in there. And I was just like, oh, my gosh, don't talk to me. Don't go to the bathroom. Sit in there and shut up, basically.
And you had to pee at all during that flight?
About halfway through, I held it.
Probably peed himself.
I waited for the coach bus.
Say it was a 6-hour flight and he said that, and you absolutely couldn't hold it. Would you have peed yourself or told Steve it's an emergency?
I would have told him it's an emergency. The worst part is, too, he fell asleep, so I would have had to have woken him up.
Oh, no.
Could you imagine? That I would have held it if he was sleeping. Because I wouldn't have wanted to,
For 6 hours?
I would have said, maybe I'd pull a Ben Brust. Hey, you got a water bottle? You got a water bottle? Flight attendant, can I get a water bottle?
Can you imagine him waking up out of his sleep and looking at Brad sitting there trying to pee in a water bottle? Oh, hey, Ron, we got to cut this kid. What the heck he got going on out here playing with himself?
Would he respect me more or be disturbed more?
He would be disturbed. Ain't nobody trying to see a man do that. Maybe some people. Not me.
Yeah. What do you mean some people?
Well, you never know what people are into.
800-990-3776. If you have any locker room etiquette questions for Brad Nortman, who played in the NFL or punted in the NFL, however you want to characterize it, we'll take those questions. As we get ready for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft, there is a couple spots remaining. You just got to be here anytime from 6 to 6:30. We draft at 6:30, so I think the couple spots left, so if you are free tonight and you want to join the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft, a couple people dropped out due to scheduling, but if you're available, you can join. 800-990-3776. Call Alex Strofe. He'll pick up. He'll get you signed up. Dave and Buster's in Tosa. Be here at 6 o'clock, and you can draft with us in the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft. 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. We'll be back with more Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Dave and Buster's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
And I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said? Oh, wow. He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? He just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
The process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away, and once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at LoTUSA.com.
Hi, it's Haley from the newest Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek. Come see me today. Haircuts are just $20. Lady Jane's, Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike, There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Families agents. Life's better when you're under American Families' roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Island Resort and Casino is the Midwest's premier resort destination, giving guests the total experience with a luxury hotel, full-service spa, live lounge and headline entertainment, multiple dining options, and more, all surrounding a lively Vegas-style casino. And atop many a golfer's bucket list are the island's 2 championship courses, Sweetgrass and Sage Run. When we say your total experience, we mean it. Plan your getaway today at islandresortandcasino.com.
Southbound on 43, backing up from Hampton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive, all the way to Keefe for the northbound side, slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way to Keefe. Westbound 94, watch for delays from 25th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. The eastbound side is going to be a little pocket of heavy traffic, basically from 76th Street all the way through the stadium interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Book your fantasy football draft party for a free draft kit, free room rental, free appetizers, and more. Dave & Buster's, your ultimate fantasy football draft experience. Visit dnbparty.com to get started. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mainly clear, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sunny and nice, a high of 78. Weather is brought to you by Showtime Floors, installing beautiful floor shield. Transform your garage or basement floors into a showpiece. Mention ESPN for 10% off. ShowtimeFloors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Becky Alvega on 94.5 ESPN.
Enjoy amazing live music going on now during the Wisconsin State Fair at the Bud Pavilion. Wisconsin's best local cover bands will perform starting each day at 11 a.m. 33 live shows over 11 days. Make plans to take in live music during the State Fair inside the Bud Pavilion.
Hi, I'm Tayden, and I'm a proud Riverside University High School Tiger. As a rising sophomore, I have found that my favorite thing about attending Riverside is that it is a very unique and diverse community, while at the same time, it is a very inclusive community. Everyone has a place at Riverside, no matter who you are. Come join the Riverside community and Truth Mission for the 2nd annual Truth Family Fest on August 17th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee. Can't wait to see you there.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Start your weekend right with great food and family fun at IKEA Oak Creek Summer Barbecue tomorrow from 2 to 7 for IKEA family members. Join 94.5 ESPN at IKEA Oak Creek, where KBN will be live from 2 to 5, and people can enter to win a ballpark suite giveaway on August 16th, where you and up to 14 guests can enjoy the game from the suite level, food and beverage included. Tickets for the barbecue can be purchased in the restaurant day of event, no pre-registration needed. And if you're not an IKEA family member, visit ikea.us/lookup to join the club for free. I'm an IKEA family member. You should be too. That's tomorrow at IKEA in Oak Creek from 2 to 7 for the family barbecue. Luckily, the show's at 2. Kyle has to be there on time. Otherwise, he'd show up to the barbecue at 4:45.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely would. Ain't no reason to show up early. I want to show up when the food is hot and ready.
Well, the food is always hot and ready at IKEA, so you can make sure of that. Now, in the spirit of us having the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft, and, you know, we've reached Thursday. The Hall of Fame game is tonight.
Yes,
there is football in our lives
baby.
now.
Crazy.
The pigskin will be flying around. And what I want to know from KBN Nation, because I wonder what Kyle's rule is on this. Would you draft Caleb Williams or rival squad members for your fantasy football team? 800-990-3776. As the Packer backer who backtracks, Kyle, what is your stance when it comes to fantasy football and drafting rival team members?
Yeah, it all just depends on who the guy is and where the team is, right? Chicago Bears, I try to avoid them like the plague. I don't like touching guys from Chicago Bears. DJ Moore, Keenan now is one of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL, but I can't touch him anymore. Why? Because he's a Chicago Bear. Romeo Doubs, they say he's going to be good. Well, won't be on my team, and I for for sure won't be drafting Caleb Williams. I don't care how good Caleb Williams get. I'm going to pass on him every single time. No interest, because there is no way that I have to put my fantasy team and my joy on the line with the fact of the Bears being successful. That doesn't go hand in hand together. So absolutely not. Because if I draft him on my team, that means I'm rooting for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is a quarterback. In order for him to be good, the Bears would have to be good. And I'd rather not.
I have to dig a little deeper because, Kyle, you and I are in a fantasy league where, we got to put up a little change.
Yeah, we do.
A little change.
Yeah.
And in that league that you and I are in, it's a keeper dynasty league. And if you have the next big player that you can get at a low cost, it could transcend your team if you get the right guy. You wouldn't, for the opportunity to win lots of money, take a gamble if it's still out there for Caleb Williams. What if he turns out to be the next Patrick Mahomes?
Caleb Williams sucks. Good for him and good for the person that drafted him. I believe in standing on what I believe in. What I believe in is not ever having to cheer for Caleb Williams. So, no, I'm not going to do it. I passed on people before. Matt Forte, he was fantastic when we were younger. Well, you think I was drafted Matt Forte? Hell no.
Good PPR,
I'll win with other guys. I believe in my draft strategy.
Mike chimes in the 920. You have to do what you have to do to win.
See, now that is the mentality. America, capitalist societies, it's all based on the idea that everyone pursues their best interests. And you're not pursuing your best interests here, Kyle. Your best interests are to put the best possible team you have, no matter what team they play on, especially if you're putting a little scratch on the line. You're going to tell me you're going to purposely give the advantage to your other opponents and feel the worst team just because of some fanhood that you have? You're not putting your own.
Yeah, you're a wishy-washy fan as is.
No, y'all looking at it as, oh no, he's gonna miss out on Caleb Williams. What I'm looking at is, I trust my ability to draft because I am a champion in the past that I don't need to get Caleb Williams.
No,
I don't need
you tied because of COVID.
No, let's not go there.
You tied.
I won.
You tied.
But I got cheated. Can you believe Brett had to split money with a millionaire? Is he a millionaire?
I mean, don't put his business out.
Oh, I don't know. It don't matter. Can you believe little poor old me had to split money? You know how ridiculous that is?
I mean, it's rules and rules, man.
I was up. I was winning. Oh, the game didn't. No, I shouldn't say that because it was.
Now you're mocking DeMar Hamlin.
No. Whoa.
But Kyle, what if there was a steep drop off from like Caleb? Like you have to draft a quarterback, and there's Caleb Williams, and then there's a bunch of trash.
No, Caleb Williams ain't never going to be
or those receivers.
He's never going to be the only quarterback there. There's going to be other guys. I'm going to strategize, and when I see the draft board falls, if I say, okay, well, if I got to draft a quarterback right now because Caleb Williams is the next good one coming up, I'll draft a quarterback right now. I trust myself.
He's putting himself in a position that is not putting him in a spot to be the most successful he can be.
Yeah, he's going to reach. You'll reach for someone else in order to not put yourself in that situation.
It's good to know you all have no morals that you stand on and beliefs.
My morals
that you
are to win.
On.
It's my team. The Packers aren't even you, man.
If I'm putting money down, I don't care who they play for, what's going on. I need to feel the best team possible.
Listen,
it's your team. You're the GM. You're Goody.
Packers Pro Shop. I ain't never switching up on y'all. Y'all ain't gonna never see me
get
support
the Packers.
You ain't never gonna see me switch up on them Packers.
For those who have missed it, Alex Strofe, our producer, received a nice gift from the Green Bay Packers. He received the Winter is coming, or the winter warning.
Winter warning.
Kyle, the winter warning edition of a mini helmet, a T-shirt, a hat, a koozie. And Kyle's sad because he didn't get it, so he followed the Packers Pro Shop and is tweeting them to see if he could get some gear, and it's not going to happen.
With the big winnings of winning a fantasy football league, you go buy all the Packer gear you want and stick it to the Packer Pro Shop. Because I don't need your leftovers.
Listen, I know my talent, man. I don't need Caleb Williams. I don't need nobody from the Chicago Bears on my roster. What I look like?
What if
Caleb Williams sucks?
What if we fast forward 1 year and they're electric, and you had the opportunity to draft DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Romeo Doubs, and they're like the next Kansas City Chiefs? You still wouldn't do it.
Give me Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Tay Wicks. Hey, give me Grant DuBose. I'll take him too. Give me all of them.
Grant DuBose over DJ Moore?
Yep, give it to me.
What about Detroit Lions? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff.
Here's the thing. Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings, I don't hate them like that, right? It's the Chicago Bears.
But wait a minute. Not to interrupt. The Lions are more. I did interrupt. Not to interrupt.
You can interrupt us.
The Lions are the bigger threat. The Lions are the bigger threat than the Bears.
It's different. It's the Detroit Lions.
No,
man.
he's flawed in logic right now.
The Chicago.
He is so flawed in logic. He's rooting for Amon-Ra St. Brown and
Jared Goff,
Gibbs and Jared Goff.
Laporta.
But it's fine.
Come on now.
If it's the Lions.
You can tell the amount of hate that Packers fans have for the Lions. It is so little compared to Chicago Bears.
Little.
Detroit Lions fans are like the kid that finally actually won something. It's like, oh, that's cute. Congratulations. Where Chicago Bears are the little idiots that suck at everything, but they keep trying to keep running their dang mouth. Like, shut up, you suck. So that's why I don't want to deal with that.
That's what you say to that kid?
That's what I said when they were rooting against me at the MFC Sports Complex the other day.
Oh, wow. You said the kids suck?
Be tough on them.
I said suck it.
Well, yeah, you did say that. You did. Generation X style. But no, absolutely. I'm fine with drafting Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, Jared Goff isn't a good enough quarterback for him to start for me, but I have him on my bench. Like, I'm okay with that type of stuff. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a good running back this year. I'm okay with those guys because I'm like, okay, just as long as they don't do it against my football team, I'm okay. But Chicago Bears, I'm not worried about them being good like that. I just don't want to have to cheer for anybody that puts on them disgusting colors.
So the Lions are a bigger threat to the Packers this year, says KBN Nation in our poll yesterday on Twitter at KBN ESPN. But you're willing to root for Lions players on your fantasy football team, but you won't touch the Bears, even if it means long-term that it could help you win money.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow. All right, Strofe hit the ding, ding, ding.
That's a fan mind if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, I'm a winner too, so.
A half winner. You split the pot, buddy.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's just
with
tragic.
a potential millionaire.
Can you imagine that?
I can't wait to ask off air who this millionaire is.
The earnings he got was a drop in the bucket. That was for me planning out what the heck I could do in my life. He's like, oh, okay, cool, that's nice. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it over there. Me on the other hand, my bank account jumps.
What's the winnings?
It was like, it would have been
Can you
3K?
say it?
3K.
Holy cow! That's big money.
Dude, it is a
What's
lot
the
of
buy-in?
scratch.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh!
What's 3K to a millionaire?
Now. Okay,
Nothing.
I thought we were talking about like $500.
No.
3K.
Yo, my man got absolutely ripped off.
Shoot! And you got 1,500?
I think like 1750, but they take the
man.
something like.
Okay, you're right to be mad.
But with the buy-in, Kyle, you didn't make as much as you.
No, I didn't. No,
Part of that was your money back.
It got reinvested into the next years.
Wow.
Kyle is savage, but truth here. Day from Aaron.
Yeah, no, this is how I feel, man.
How can Kyle talk like this when he isn't a Packers owner? Well, I will stand up for Kyle because he is a shareholder, and he did attend the shareholder meeting.
Sure did. Who said that? They need to make sure y'all go back on Wisconsin On Demand and listen.
That was Braden in the 715.
Hey, Braden, I love you in the 715, man. Make sure you go back on Wisconsin On Demand to our show.
Listen to all the great things Kyle said about Jordan Love.
Yeah,
so you can be like, oh, I love Jordan Love.
That too. Shout out to Braden.
Also, go back and listen when he calls Jordan Love selfish and then talks out of both sides of his mouth like he does every day.
Wow.
800-990-3776, live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa. Kyle, you're quite the fella, man. Would you take Fields or Russell Wilson if they're the only QB left?
I like Russell Wilson. I had nothing wrong.
Me too. That sounds like a waste of
I like him. I mean, he'll be on my...
You ain't finishing first again. More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman next from Dave & Buster's.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Pull my baby out the goal. Y'all, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby gonna get hit that many times with a puck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, looks like we got an accident in Washington County now. Northbound 41, right about at the ramp from Highway 33. The left lane is blocked, so watch for the delays through there. Still have this other accident on southbound 894 heading into the Hale interchange. That's off on the right shoulder. Westbound 94 backed up out of the Marquette interchange, starting right about at 25th Street all the way through to about Hawley Road. Eastbound's going to be backed up as well from 76th Street through the stadium. And northbound 43 heavy from about Fond du Lac Avenue all the way to Keith. Traffic is brought to you by Saz's Baseball Grilling Festivals and Saz's. Summer in Wisconsin is the finest, and Saz's State House is the place to be. Located at 55th and State, Saz's.com. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mainly clear skies, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sunny and nice, a high of 78. Weather is brought to you by Higher Love Cannabis Company. Find your Higher Love today, only 59 miles from Green Bay. Find higherlove.com/CBD. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue. featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between August 1st and 11th. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. One of the best decisions I made recently was getting an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. They're a local business that's been around for 2 decades, based right in Appleton and Waukesha. Good Health Saunas are easy to install, cost as little as 25 cents a day, and include a true lifetime warranty. Even firefighters all across the country trust Good Health Saunas for sweating smoke out of their skin after fighting fire. Learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com. That's goodhealthsaunas.com.
Christopher's Shoot Against Childhood Cancer took place on Friday, July 12th at the Waukesha Gun Club. This amazing day raised over $275,000 for childhood cancer research. Sponsors of Christopher's Shoot at the Waukesha Gun Club included Durrell Equipment Rental, Edgerton Contractors Inc., Hush Blackwell, Moyer Company, Lippert Floor and Tile, N2 Advantage Law, the Dawson Family, and Townsend Construction Inc. Thank you to these local businesses for their generosity and hundreds of people who donated to Christopher's Shoot Against Childhood Cancer.
Save big money at Menards. Menards has the best in-stock selection of AC2 pressure-treated lumber, decking, and fencing. All easy to load in our drive-through lumber yard. Plus, get free deck and fence estimates fast using our do-it-yourself design programs in-store or online at menards.com. Save big money in all lumber at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction, according to J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7- and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
Hi, my name is Isabella Martinez. I'm a proud Riverside University High School Tiger. As a rising junior, I have many reasons why I love Riverside. One being the strong sense of diversity in the school community, and the other being the great social environment and all the great people I get to interact with at school. Come join the Riverside community and Truth Nation for the 2nd annual Truth Family Fest on August 17th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee. See you all there.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, Bank 5-9 is just making lives better left and right. And Bank 5-9 is making your life better tonight at the Wisconsin State Fair, which starts today. And it's your time to make plans to stop by the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater. That's right. Bank 5-9 Amphitheater is the largest free stage at State Fair. Bringing in great free entertainment to fairgoers is just another way that Bank 5-9 serves their mission to make lives better. Tonight, listen to this band. Cover band called Journey from the Heart. That's right, Journey, Heart, together, a classic banger after banger.
That
Journey
sounds
from the
really
Heart.
good.
Doesn't that sound good? That's right up my alley. Exactly.
Nailed
They're making my life better. Just right back at it with Bank 5-9 at the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater stage. And tomorrow night, a band called the Mummies. Here we go.
I heard of the Mummies.
Here come the Mummies. Here come the Mummies.
They sure were. They sure were.
Bank 5-9, making lives better, left and right. Learn more about how Bank 5-9 can make your life better at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
My name is Ben Brust. I'm alongside former Packer backer Kyle Wallace. Next to Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman, and you, KBN Nation, can get into the show at 800-990-3776. We have Greg in Germantown as a live studio audience right now. He's here for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft. He'll be taken care of. And, I do want to, note that Jason Wilde will be in attendance today, and I really liked a lot of the nuggets that he gave us, specifically talking about the kicker situation. We talked a little bit about how Greg Joseph is 29 of 31 in camp, and Anders Carlson is 25 for 31.
Joseph is cooking.
I still contest that if I know Goody, he's rooting for Anders Carlson because he likes his draft picks. He held on to Amari Rodgers 8 years too long. He's only here for 3 years. So he's probably rooting for Anders, but Greg Joseph is taking this kicking competition by the horn right now, and you have family night coming on Saturday, which will be a big moment for them. Additionally, what I did not expect, we heard about the safeties, and it's good to hear that there's competition there. But in terms of that left tackle position, and we don't really get in the weeds, and we will with Brian Balaga, who's joining us next, him saying the battle at left tackle after the Packers drafted Jordan Morgan in the first round out of Arizona, he said he wanted to be the eyes and the blind side for Jordan Love. He's competing for right guard. Jason Wilde, if you missed it, check it out, Wisconsin On Demand, called that over. It is Rasheed Walker's left tackle job, and what I love about that is it just starts to solidify all the pieces even further. If you know you have left tackle, and you know you have Elton Jenkins, and you know you have Zach Tom, you got to figure out that center and right guard spot, right? And now you can just bolster the competition in those spots to make the best quality product and make 5 in synergy in the up front. So I just thought it was really insightful from Jason Wilde earlier.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how these positional battles gain clarity and they create formation over time. And you're totally right. Particularly the way the backers draft and evaluate offensive linemen. They love versatility. They love a guy that can play center, guard, tackle, right, left. So the more they can move around, the more options they have. And the more that you can start slotting guys, the more you can focus on the ones that are holes. And guys, they just paid Jordan Love $55 million per year. They want to protect that asset at all costs. So the fact that you've got maybe Zach Tom on the right tackle, Rasheed Walker on the left tackle, and you got 2 strong bookends, and you're trying to figure out the middle, man, what a blessing. That's so much further than almost any other offensive line in the NFL right now.
And I think, again, I talk about this, is I think Goody, yes, he was terrible in the first couple drafts as the Green Bay Packers general manager, but to be able to have a 7th-round pick in Rasheed Walker all of a sudden be that now you're starting left tackle, seemingly, if he performs well this year and it translates from training camp into the season, now you have a cornerstone left tackle after losing David Bakhtiari at the beginning of last season, and then now you're talking about the competition that he wants to compete with an Anthony Johnson at safety, with a Mr. Buller at safety, and with the Evan Williams at safety. He's going to be next to Xavier McKinney. You're talking about guys who are all competing. That all bodes well for the Green Bay Packers to have depth that you need in order to win a championship, because that depth can help special teams.
Hey, Kyle said something that I really thought was insightful today. Losing David Bakhtiari and solidifying that left tackle as quickly as Jason said it is super impressive.
Yeah, it's super rare.
Those cap hits, that the dead cap money that David Bakhtiari had on the roster when he wasn't even able to play, if the Packers were able to get through that, and Jordan Love, I saw some details from Rob Domofsky about Jordan Love's contract where the cap hits fall. They'll definitely have to restructure on the back end after that 4th year, but they're kind like the Packer way is kind of moving in the way that makes that Kyle Wallace warm and fuzzy inside, and it'll be interesting, man. I like this team has all of the optimism. It has the national pundits even jumping on to Jordan Love and what this team can do. I love the competition on the back end of the safety because we know Jeff Hafley loves that position, the new defensive coordinator. So a lot's happening in the land of Packer land, but in our world on Twitter at KBN ESPN, former NFL punter Brad Nortman said that fantasy football needs to add punters to every league. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, come on, KBN Nation. I know you got me.
I was shocked that it was this high. 44.6% agree that punters should be in fantasy football.
Not more than 50? We're still below 50, the majority?
But as we learned, we can customize our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football KBN League to have punters.
Revolutionize
But we will have
football.
a vote at our table if we do it on the back end.
Yeah,
I'm voting thumbs down.
Yeah. Wait a minute. We are one
thumbs
team.
down.
I think
so
we should.
We're one voice. Come on, let's huddle up.
We should make a side league.
I'm okay with a side league.
I don't want our fans to have to think about punters.
It's a whole new world. They're going to love it
every day. That's enough punting specialist talk on this show.
What if we excuse our vote? So that leaves 9 votes left. So you're going to have either more or less, right? You can't get an even vote. So
we are one. There's is it a 10-team league?
So let's take out our vote.
Okay.
The remaining 9, let's poll them. They don't want to do
I've
punters.
already polled them, and it's 0-9. Not in favor of adding punters.
Yeah, they're going to say, what the heck is this
Our
idea?
team would have an advantage. Think about that.
Brad, I don't think you understand. When people go to fantasy drafts, and you do fantasy drafts, you're very good at it, is they come with a notebook. They come with a piece of paper that tells them evaluating when they're going to get who, when they're going to draft player. They ain't ready for the party.
And Brad, as a guy who loves to prepare, you would be doing a disservice to our league, and you'd be hypocritical to yourself. And you know I'm right on that.
Wow, that's powerful.
Very powerful. Always a great time to join the Princeton Club. They have the best facilities and the best equipment, so you never ever think, hey, is there anything else out there? Nope, not needed. Free childcare with the membership. The cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin. They're open 24/7. Indoor pool, outdoor pool, basketball court, tennis courts. They have it all. Personal training, weights, cardio. You name it, they have it. I've done some personal training as well. Find your better tomorrow. Just have the courage to get a tour. You'll join the Princeton Club. You'll be like, woof, I'm so glad I did, out in New Berlin. Princeton Club, find your better tomorrow. Joining us next on Kyle Brust and Nortman is the doctor of football. We'll get his take on what Jason had to say about Rasheed Walker and a whole lot more. Brian Balaga, former Packer, joins Kyle Brust and Nortman next as we're live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa before the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again.
What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word. Ben Brust, say that.
Can we make a rule for Kyle Brust and Nortman?
You're a good producer.
Is no Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and no Greg Scalzo, my former co-host.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports and state fair crossover. Join 94.5 ESPN's Kyle Brust and Nortman live from Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill at the Wisconsin State Fair on August 6th and 8th. Come say hi to the guys, get some ESPN Wisconsin swag, and savor Leff's incredible food and drink options. Plus, there's live music every day of the fair there at noon, 3:45, and 8:15. It's KBN live from Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill from 2 to 5 p.m. only at the Wisconsin State Fair on August 6th and 8th. We'll see you there.
Monica, Sarah, have you heard the good news?
What is it? Joe Gerke says our new store in Bristol, Wisconsin, otherwise known as Kenosha, will be open this autumn.
Kessler's Diamonds is opening a new store.
Indeed we are. It's located off I-94 and Highway 50.
We should reach out and tell people in the area that we're hiring.
Monica, that microphone is on. Tell them what we're looking for.
Do you love people? Do you smile a lot? Are you the person that all your friends come to when they need help or advice?
Kessler's Diamonds is one of the top engagement ring stores in America.
And we're also the largest employee-owned jewelry company in the world.
You're going to love working for Kessler's Diamonds.
You're going to love shopping at Kessler's Diamonds.
Diamond engagement rings.
Diamond tennis bracelets.
Diamond stud earrings.
Diamond anniversary bands.
And big anniversary diamonds.
We do diamonds magnificently because diamonds are all we do.
To apply for a job or find out more about us, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
I don't expect that a rookie from a culture standpoint and from an impact on team success is going to step in and do what we saw CJ Stroud do last year. Now, that being said, I do think that there are a couple of candidates in this year's class that have the potential to step up and rival what we saw from Stroud last year.
Okay, so then let's alter the numbers. Let's change it. +7 is ridiculous. What is a good number where you could say this specific player, if he outperforms his contracts, he could give his team a +3 in terms of wins? Is that a fair number?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so could Caleb Williams give his team a +3?
I would say a success for Caleb Williams is giving his team +2. So the Bears were 7-10 last year. If the Chicago Bears can be 9-8 and flirt with the playoff spot,
that would be awesome.
That is a huge success for this regime.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beach Boys.
Now streaming, the Beach Boys tell their story in a must-see film event.
Brian, Dennis, and Carl, a cousin, Mike Love, and our good friend El Jardine. That's family to me.
Experience the definitive look at America's band.
They were participating in the creation of a California dream.
The fact that what was a family, that's where the success came from.
The Beach Boys, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now streaming on Disney+.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is sick and
We're live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, 94.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. I'm Ben Brust next to backtracker Kyle Wallace and Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman. We're super excited, as always, to be joined by the doctor of football, as Homer has named him. His name is Brian Balaga. He's a future Packer Hall of Famer. Welcome, Brian.
Guys, how we doing?
Doing good. Vibes are high. And, Jason gave us a really interesting nugget today. In his opinion, and maybe you've discussed this on Wilde and Tausch with them, because I saw, your appearance. Jason declared the left tackle position over. Rasheed Walker completely took that spot. And as it goes to the success of Jordan Love, we've talked about how important the offensive line was last year in his success. With this team now, it's basically center and right guard they want to solidify, right? Like, how big of a deal is it to solidify that left tackle after moving on from D-Bach after injury and then being like, yep, Rasheed's the guy?
Yeah, I think it's a credit to him that he was able to close that position down after a first-round pick was made. And the first-round pick in the media said he wanted to be left tackle. So there was a lot of pressure around that that competition in camp around that left tackle job, and he was obviously the outright winner of it, and hats off to him. But to me, the faster you can solidify this line and get these guys in place and stop moving guys around and trying guys in different positions, the better it is for them and for Jordan Love. Start getting these guys on the same page, get the continuity going as early in camp as you can, so that when we get to week 1, it's just rolling, and there's no if, and, or buts. It's just these guys have been doing it for a while in camp already. They know each other, they trust each other, and we're rolling.
Brian, Matt LaFleur has really implemented a competition type of environment, and it's playing out in a very offense-defense mentality where the defense is getting the best of the offense more often than not, even with Jordan Love back early in camp, so that trend could change. But my question to you, as we continue to watch training camp and hear how is offense doing, how is defense doing, how are they doing against one another, when you were to face the defense and you're on offense, how often would that training camp performance carry over into the season? So, for instance, if the defense is getting the better of the offense on a daily basis, would you usually find that would indeed carry over and either excited for the defense or there's a cause of concern for the offense? Or is it really hard to tell because you're just playing against each other every day?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, and you can look at it two ways. I always thought early on in camp, the defense always got the better of the offense. It's just the way it was, and there's a lot of moving parts on offense. And I get this is a new scheme on defense, but there's still a lot of moving parts on the offensive side of the ball, right? Like, there's a lot of things that have to go right for the offense to get clicking early. Normally that tide starts to change in the middle of camp. The offense starts to pick it up and take over. But the one time I remember the defense being really good in camp, and it came to fruition in the season, was 2014. Our defense was phenomenal in camp. It was really hard to go against them, to move the ball. And it turned out they were a really good defense in 2014. So there is correlation to a defense playing really well throughout camp and kind of outshining the offense. But with the Packers, I feel like this year the offense will pick it up as training camp goes on. I mean, I still want to see our defense continue to perform this well in camp and get these wins in camp just for confidence alone. But it shows that the scheme that is being implemented is going well and guys are really taking to it, which is a plus.
I like what you just said there, Brian. You said in 2014 they made it tough for you all to move the ball. What is it that you saw in that 2014 team that we should be looking for in this 2024 team, and specifically the defense, to say, yeah, that's going to be a good defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think for right off the get, you look at the defensive line at Clay, Julius Peppers. I mean, the guy's going into Hall of Fame, I think, tonight, right? Like the induction thing's tonight. So, like, that's one part of it. But then you just look around the defense that we had in 2014. There was all-pro, Pro Bowl guys almost at every level, and we're kind of looking at that with this defense right now. Obviously, linebackers, the one question. Maybe Quay Walker steps up and becomes that dude this year. That's what I'm hoping for. But you look at the rest of the defense, there's Pro Bowl, all-pro guys almost on every level of this defense, which what that defense had. And most defenses that you look at are high-performing defenses have that. There's all-pro and high-performing guys at every single level, which then turns out to be something really special when you get going on Sundays for real.
Talking with Brian Balaga here live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa before our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft. Brian, kicker talk isn't the most fun, but it is important for this team, specifically after Anders Carlson's year last year. A bad day for him, 25 of 31 overall. Greg Joseph, 29 for 31. Would you be comfortable moving on if Greg just continues to take this from the youngster?
Yeah, I'd be fine with it. I would be absolutely fine with it. Listen, I understand that he's young, Carlson that is, and he probably needs time. But unfortunately, the kicker position doesn't get time. That's not the way it goes in the NFL. You have to produce and produce now. And if you don't, teams move on. And, yeah, he may land somewhere else and be really good like his brother did. But the league, in kickers' reality, it waits for nobody, right? And Green Bay is going to be in games and big games where field goals matter. 3 points, 1 point matters. We saw last year in the playoffs. Like, points matter. So we need a kicker that's going to be consistent, that you can rely on every time he walks out onto the field. And if that's Joseph, it's Joseph. If it's Carlson, it's Carlson. To me, it doesn't matter. I just want the most consistent, reliable performer putting the ball through the uprights. And that's the way I look at it.
I'm glad we wandered into specialist talk. I'm always down for specialist talk, but specifically today, because today, in a special edition of Hear Brad Out, which is usually on Wednesday, so Brian, we don't usually have you on that day, I want you to chime in on this proposal that I gave. I am making the argument that punters belong in fantasy football. Imagine how exciting it would be if the punter gets 1 point for 60-yard bombs. They get certain points for putting it inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5, negative points for touchdowns and touchbacks. Wouldn't that be a thrill? Don't you want to see punters in fantasy football, Brian? Be like me and the rest of KBN Nation. Wouldn't you love to see punters in fantasy football?
I actually think that'd be kind of cool. I actually think that would actually make people more interested in what the punting game is and pay attention to it a lot closer, which, as we've seen, that's what fantasy football has done, is make people pay attention more to certain positions and players. So, hey, why not? It can only help punters out. That more eyes are on them and more attention gets brought when they have good games. So I'm all for it. I think that'd be great.
Spoken with true wisdom, Brian.
And more attention when they have bad games. Well, we did find out on the back end we can add punters to our league, but we'll leave that to the fans to vote. Brian, thanks for the time. Enjoy the Homer Hour.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
That's Brian Balaga. You don't go anywhere. Homer's to my left. That means that the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 with the Doctor of Football is coming up next. We will be here at the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft live from Dave & Buster's in Tosa. In 2 minutes, you got the Homer Hour with Brian. Don't go anywhere.